All right, we are ready for some farming simulator. Let me get everything turned on. Camera, come on, camera, let's go. I don't know why OBS is delayed. There we go. It took a second for it to realize it had a camera. All right, we're here for some more farming simulator 25 fun. Obviously, we had the live stream last week where we kind of look over a bunch of the new features and just kind of played around a little bit. I decided to relabel that one as intro as opposed to part one because I figured we didn't really get into the farm that much last week. We really just explored a bunch. Obviously, I have also had the Let's Play going on, what was it? Bhutan Panda. I always forget the name of that play. The Asian map. I have that Let's Play going. But we're going to be going starting. I'm going to start over on this one because this is an official part one. And I kind of want to start over now that we've looked at everything, kind of played around a little bit. Let's just start over and get right back into this and actually run the farm this time and see where that gets us. Hey, how's it going, Kevin? How are you doing, Shiny Moo Tank? Thank you for joining as well as anybody else. All right, so we're going to start over. I will say this. If it was completely up to me, I would actually start with a start farm because I actually think it's kind of a cool feature. It doesn't give you much. It gives you a few fields, some basic equipment just to get you started. It's like Grandpa gave me his farm. He had some basic equipment. We're obviously not going to be able to live with that equipment forever. We've got to add to that. Unfortunately, some people do not like the idea of a start from scratch with a basic farm to start with. I think it's a little silly, but it is what it is. We could also change the money, but I'm assuming if I change the money, people would also throw a fit about me changing the money. So we're not going to do any of that. We'll just start vanilla basic start from scratch here with no farm. But I personally, if I was playing with this for myself, I like the idea of starting with a farm. I think it's kind of cool, but we won't do that this time. Start from scratch obviously does mean hard mode difficulty or income. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and drop the loan to 0 just to begin with. Wait a minute. I start with 500,000 and 250. That must mean that 250,000 of it is loan. I bet if I drop this to 0, I would need to drop this to 250. Okay. That's fine. And we could definitely do that. That does seem like a good idea to make sure those are balanced out. Because obviously I can take a loan at any point. I just don't want to start with a loan. I'll take whatever loan I need, but I just want to kind of start with the no loan. Otherwise, I just have to jump into the game and pay it all off anyway. So we'll do this. Start from scratch. No farm. Obviously, no guided intro. We're going to be fine without that. Hey, how's it going, Major Stealth? Thank you for joining. I did go ahead and download the MacDon pack. I don't know how quickly we'll get into it because obviously it's just added expense. However, for the grain crops, as well as soybean, I don't know if I'd call soybean a grain crop, and canola, I don't know if I'd call that a grain crop either. But the three main grain crops, barley, wheat, and oats, and then as well as, of course, is it oats or sorghum? One of those two. And then, of course, the canola and the soybeans. If you use the MacDon thing first, you actually get a 25% increased yield to both the crop itself as well as any straw that you get off if those crops also have straw. So it's actually a significant improvement. There's a lot of things that you can improve your field with, such as rolling and mulching, that are 100% not worth it. I will, unless I just wanted to get 100% just for completionists, I would never do the roller or the mulcher. They're just absolutely not worth it at all. The MacDon thing, though, however, 25% is significant. And so it is worth it. I don't know how quickly we'll be able to use it, but if we are going to be doing those types of crops, it is worth doing. So I went ahead and spent the $5 on that. I have mixed emotions about spending extra money on something like that when I already bought the yearly pass, but in this particular case, it does seem like a valuable addition. So we'll go ahead and just have that thrown into the mix, and that is that. What happened to Broyar not buying extra DLC that weren't part of the yearly pass? No, absolutely. I agree. I have mixed emotions, but this one is at least valuable, right? There is some value in using this one. And honestly, for the sake of the fact that, you know, this is for the for the series, for the YouTube channel, for the Twitch channel, I don't mind spending money for the sake of showing off things that people might want to be considering themselves. So I guess the way I look at it is I'll spend the money for $5 for this. Eventually we'll get to it. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then you guys can decide whether it's worth it for your own $5 or not from that point forward. So if it's a DLC that I have no intention of using, like the pipes and hoses one from FS25, I never had any intention of using that one. There's no reason for me to ever buy that. But like I said, mixed emotions about spending extra money on DLC that's not part of the early pass. But in this case, it does seem like a pretty valuable addition, which is probably why Giants did it that way, because they made an extra $5. Kudos to them, I guess. I get it. Obviously, starting with less money and stuff like that is going to change kind of how we start this thing out. I probably won't buy this initial section. And the reason I won't buy this initial section is this. Usually, these initial fields are, yeah, they have a house on them, or initial sections, I should say. They have a house on them and whatever, but they don't really have like any farmland. Like this one doesn't actually have any farmland. It does have this little section over here that currently has cows on it, which we could clear out the cows and just mow some grass and get some silage off of. But the farmland itself has no actual farmland. So it's kind of not as valuable to buy this. More likely what's better value is just buying a field. Work that field, get some money, and then eventually maybe we can expand out to a place that has a farm. That's part of the reason why I liked the idea of starting with the farm. But again, I know some people would have been unhappy with that particular choice. So to try to, I don't think anybody will be explicitly unhappy that I don't buy the farm, but because some people would be unhappy if I did, I'll just take the less combative side of that, if that makes sense. One thing I did want to look at though, is there an easy way to identify what other farms there are? Because this is the main farm, right? But I was looking at the Hutan Pantai one, and I think there's 3 explicit farms that have like their own silos and everything like that. And I was kind of curious if there was a way to see that. Do we have a way to see the silos by any chance? Because I might buy fields around a farm that we're planning on buying, even if it's not this one. But I haven't explored this map enough to know where else there might be farms. There might be one up here. Let's see. Can we go to this one up here? This looks like a farm up here. Visit. Yeah, this looks like a farm. And, oh, it's got a nice little bridge coming across here. Does it have its own silo? It does. Is this? No, that's just a building. I don't see an explicit silo over here at the moment. But I suspect that this is probably a valid farm to buy and to use if we wanted to go that route. So that's an option as well. I don't specifically see a silo over here, but there might be one hidden that I'm just not finding. What else is there that looks like a farm on here? This one might be one, although that might just be a building. What else could be one? This one right here in the middle, actually 80, is possibly one. Let's check that one real quick. I'm not going to go around and check all of them because I don't... Yeah, this one looks like a farm as well. Actually, this one looks like a nice one. Very nice house, little swans on the front. This actually appears to be a really nice farm area. More than likely, we'll start with the basic one for this particular run because it's most likely the cheapest, but I do like the way this looks. Oh, this has even got like a whole horse area and everything. Huh, very cool. So I'll explore some more of these in the future. And probably what I will do is I'll plan future stories around some of these other areas. But for our initial one, I think we're just going to stick near where we start over here. Because this just feels like the vanilla one that most people are going to start at. So if I start over here, then people can kind of play along and kind of watch that along as well. So what we got? Money is going to be tight. I see a loan. Oh, I'll definitely take a loan. I just didn't want to start with the $250,000 loan. I'll take whatever loan we need as we need it, as opposed to just starting with that $250 and then forgetting I have it and paying a bunch of interest on something I don't need. More than likely, we're going to just start with farmland 4 here. Although it doesn't look like it currently has any crop on it. And it's currently plowed. Well, that's a good bonus. The fact that it's already plowed means that we can just go ahead and start planting right away. What month is it? So we got the options of wheat and barley coming up right around the corner. We got canola right now because we definitely want to get something on this right away. Usually what I start with a brand new, only got $250,000 in my bank account, is going the silage route. I know it's boring. It really is kind of boring to go in the silage route, but it's also kind of the smart move because silage is very valuable. It's not necessarily the most valuable because the most valuable crop to sell is sugar beets. Now, you do have to pay for some relatively expensive equipment and it's a lot of hassle going there, but it is pound for pound, hour for hour, minute, for, whatever you want to call it. Any metric you look at, sugar beets is just the most profitable crop there is. Potatoes is second, and I think third is actually currently spinach. If you don't take into account the Macdon pack. Once the Macdon pack comes into play, then I think some of the grain crops actually jump above spinach, but currently spinach is actually pretty high. But again, all of those do take different equipment than what we would normally use. My feeling is probably we will start with some grass. It's a little boring, but it is an easy way to make some good money. And then we can do some contracts and eventually grow up to probably getting all these fields and eventually the house itself. And then maybe we can do some animals and kind of go from there. So it's probably the path that we're going to take. I could just buy a field that has grass on it already, which I'm assuming these all have grass on them currently. Yep. So all of these do have grass on them currently, but I think I'll buy 4 here. It's ready to go. It's already plowed. It probably needs some lime, but that's about it. And then we can easily grow out to 3 and 5 as our money allows us to. And I think that'll be work. So let's grab that field. Small basic field, but it's okay. Let's see. It's only going to cost us 59,000 bucks. That's not that bad, honestly. We will have to take a loan, but how much do these other ones cost? 102, 107. I mean, if I was going to pick between the 102 and the 107, I would definitely take the 107 personally. Even though it does have a big chunk of land down here that maybe we can get some lumber off of. I think this will be our next field, and then maybe 5 would be after that. And then eventually we'll buy the house and kind of continue to expand around this as we feel like we need to. So let's go ahead and buy this because we need some land to start off with. Seems like a basic one. Hey, Shiny Mootic, thank you for the Prime subscription. I really appreciate it. That was very kind of you. All right, so this is, again, already plowed. It does need lime. Here's the thing. Yes, lime is incredibly valuable, and you absolutely want to get to lime as soon as humanly possible. We might not start with lime. We might realize that we're going to take a little bit of hit, but we got to make some money first. We got to get some money in the bank, and then we can spend some lime and kind of go from there. Do I want to make this a no debt run? I mean, I'm not going to count leases as debt. Leases we could still do. That's not explicitly debt. That is just I'm renting something for a couple months, then putting it back, and there's no debt there. But I don't know. No debt might be too hard. It's so hard to do no debt. We'd have to do a bunch of contracts to do no debt. That being said, I mean, we can get a very, very small tractor here with a basic mower and kind of go from there. Like, what is the cheapest just basic tractor? Probably this John Deere, right? That is probably the cheapest tractor we can get that could run a mower. It does have the front and rear. That's 116 horsepower. As long as we've got a baler that can run that, then that should be fine. I've heard this one's actually pretty good for mowing, but I've never actually used it. It's a little more expensive than I want to spend as well. You are pretty tiny. What are you, 100? You can go up to 117 horsepower though. I mean, it's basically the same. 116 versus 170. They're essentially identical at that point. Probably going to start with the basic John Deere. Let me look at the used lot real quick before we really decide. I mean, we could get something like this for, oh, it's only got 75 horsepower. So we're going to say no to that. And none of this other stuff is very helpful right now. No debt would be just grinding and boring. I would agree to some, I would agree. Although I think I need to be careful with my debt. Hey, Smokeless Joe, how's it going? Thank you for joining. Oh, no problem. You deserve the Prime sub. Oh, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. So let me make sure that the mower that I want can in fact be run, or not the mower. The mower's gonna be fine. Let me make sure the baler I want can be run with that 116 horsepower because I'm pretty sure it can, but I just want to make sure. And again, I'm still not used to the menu here of what order things are in. Here's all the grassland stuff. Okay, we're not gonna do tedders. We could probably get by without a windrower. Well, no, we're gonna need some sort of windrower, I think, right off the bat. I'm not going to do grass and clear right away. Eventually, we might look at rolling the grass since we don't have precision farming or anything like that. So some of the things that we want to do are still going to come back to play. The good thing about rolling grass that is a little bit better than rolling crop. Rolling crop, in my opinion, is not worth it. Rolling grass, however, does fertilize the grass. So there's a slightly bigger benefit. Of course, the mower looks like we can run all of these. Well, all these basic ones. Maybe not this one. We'd have to get a bigger tractor for that, but at least these two we could combine if we wanted to at some point. We'd probably just start with the smallest front one. Tedders, I'm not really worried about. None of these should be that much horsepower. Again, we're probably not going to do tedders though. Windrowers, other than some of the bigger ones, most of these basic ones are also fine. And then finally, round bill with wrappers. Do none of these have built-in wrappers? I mean, obviously we can wrap separately, but okay, there we go. There's one that has. These all are basic. These two have wrappers. Okay. We're probably not going to go the wrappers like this. We're probably going to have to go with one of these basic ones and get a special wrapper here. Okay. We have options. This can go up to 150 centimeters. I need to make sure I keep that in mind because I don't want to wrap too big. And then, of course, I would love to get a bale trailer because it's just so much easier to move stuff around. This technically requires 130 horsepower, but I think our 116 is close enough that it should be fine. So I think that's the plan. Can any of the wrappers, I mean, would we rather just do square bales? I don't think so, right? The square bales are a little bit weird. I think we'll just go with this Gowel here. Gowel? It looks German to me, so in my opinion, it would be Gowel, but I could be wrong with what language that is actually. All right, so I think we got a plan. Start with a very basic tractor. Yep, you. We're going to start with you, and I'm going to buy you. We're going to use you all the time. So this is going to be something we are going to buy. Front loader attacher. I mean, if we want to move bales around, we'll need it, but initially we're not going to be moving bales around. We can always change that later. Anything we want to change with this wheel setup? I don't think so. I think just standard tires is going to be fine for this initially. 3-point front is actually what we want. So we are going to buy you because, again, tractor we use literally all the time. It's going to hit those hourly limits so frequently that the lease is not going to be beneficial. You think solids got nerfed in value in FS25? Well, I mean, even if it got nerfed, it's still one of the easiest things to do. Are there any 16X maps out yet? Waiting for them, but FS20 love the huge maps. I don't think I've seen... I actually haven't really looked at that many maps. There's not that many DLC, or there's not that much mod stuff on the in-game mod hub right now. Like, very limited. I guess there's a lot of people having to go through approval. I'm assuming that Giants is backlogged with a whole bunch of lists of suggested content to put on there, and they're just probably working through that to get everything approved. So I would expect there's going to be a lot more stuff like that very soon on the in-game one. Outside of the game, there might be some already, but I don't typically go outside of the game for my personal mod stuff. Just, I have my own reasons. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just saying I also wouldn't recommend. I'm not going to recommend it explicitly. Let's see. So we are going to need a mower eventually. We don't have to get it right now. But we are going to need a seeder. Now, one good way about seeding grass typically is to go with a, where is it? I already passed it. I probably passed it the other direction. Is to actually go with a weeder. Can sometimes be cheaper and just better overall. Like if we get one of these weeders that, like you can do grass. This is usually a really, I thought there was another one. Probably again, a DLC that we had from FS22 that was a little bit smaller. There's usually a smaller one than this that can also do grass. This one, but it's only 44,000 bucks, 41,000 bucks, right? Just to do grass versus a seeder that would do, there it is. That would do grass. We're talking like, yeah, we can get one around the same price or even a little bit less, but it's only 3 meters wide. If we're going to be doing grass, we might as well grab the thing that we're going to need eventually, which is a weeder. We will eventually need a weeder anyway. So this is usually what I go for. Giants editor hasn't been released yet for modders. Oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. Austria. So which Austria? I mean, I know some of Austria speaks German. Does all of Austria speak German? I actually don't know that answer. Kirchslag. I don't see any yet. Okay. This is going to be something we're going to use actually only once, unless we keep it around as a weeder. That is true. Well, we don't need a weeder yet if we're going to be doing grass. So maybe I do just lease this for now. Eventually we might buy this because again, we will need a weeder of some sort, but for just grass, we only got to plant it once and then it's just going to keep growing for us forever. Okay. Well, then that answers that question. So we are just going to lease it, but even then it's still not that expensive to lease. So that's still a good idea to go about. Okay. And then what else do we need? We'll need some fertilizer at some point. Yeah. Let's get it weeded first. Let's get it planted first, and then we'll take a look at how we're going to do the fertilizing. And then we'll just need some seed of some sort. Does not seed in a different category. It must be in that category right there. I think they've normalized the value of all these, right? Technically, no. Weird. So these are both 1,000 and this is 1,050 and it's the exact same price. So technically this is the better value by that much. Okay. Weird. We shouldn't need more than just the one because grass does not usually take that much. It's actually a pretty big cedar, but again, it was pretty cheap. So it's part of the reason why I went with it. All right, let's make sure we are set to grass. At least select grass. Yes, we are. I mean, it's only gonna take us 2 swipes to seed our field, but again, why not? I mean, it's fine because money is time as well, or time is money. I got that backwards. You know what I mean. Hey, there's the barge. I think Giant still needs a balance patch or 2. That's possible. I mean, brand new game. Although, most of the balance should be pretty good, right? You would think? Because, most of the balance should be balanced around FS25 anyway, and so I would expect that the balance is mostly fine because of that. Where are we going? I think it's the next turn, isn't it? Technically we get there that way, but we'll go to the next one. I'm good, Smokeless Show. I'm good. I mean, if you guys do see a lot more gray hair on my face or in my beard today, it is because my oldest turned 16 today, and I'm not ready for that. So, thankfully, she's not driving yet, or else I would have no hair at the moment. But yeah, she wants to, and so one of these days soon, I've got to take her out driving a bit and kind of start that process a little bit. I'm not ready for that though. Okay, it's gonna take us more than 2 swipes. I was exaggerating a little bit, but it's still not gonna take much. Let me see. I might try out the, what I'm looking for. Try out this thing here. Steering assist. Truth be told, I actually don't know that we need headlands in this particular case. Can we not do 0? Do 1. Just feels weird doing 2 and then just having 1 swipe in the middle. I think I'll drop it down to 1. And then work directions should be automatic, should be fine. Show lines on. Okay, so we're gonna hit OK. And so it looks like we need to scooch over a little bit. But that's not right. Oh, it's gonna make us do this sign over here. I still haven't quite figured out this system completely. It's this line right here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And then, sorry, I gotta remember how to do this. Activate lane, and then we want to lower the weeder, turn on the weeder, and then we want to turn on cruise control probably. And go. Oh, our little tractor is struggling, but we'll get through it. We only have to do this once. Butter from the water buffalo is stupendously broken. Try it and take in the monies. Really? Okay, I haven't looked at that. I did notice that there was something I was looking at the other day that was not very valuable. It was, the bagged rice, I think, wasn't very valuable compared to like the rice cakes or something like that. Still the 3 racing maps on Mod Hub waiting for like Huron, Michigan, video or map. Yeah. Hopefully there'll be some good big maps at some point. We'll see. I mean, I've never really played on many of the big maps personally, but I know a lot of people obviously do like those, which is cool. Excuse me while I drive into your field. Actually, you know what? Let me make sure my settings are the way I want them to be, since I started a brand new game. 50 minute saves for now is fine. I'm going to turn down the time, which I could do in game. Just a real time for now. Seasonal growth, I'm okay with that, personally. Crop destruction, I don't personally like. If you like it, that's fine. I don't mind periodic plowing, though. I also don't tend to like field stones. Lime required is good. Weeds is required is good. Disaster destruction, supposedly you could just set this to visuals only. To like just see the stuff, but not actually have it affect things. I'm okay for now with that being enabled, but we might change our mind about that. Automatic engine start, we don't want that on. Stop and go, yes. Trailer film limit, we'll leave that off. Fuel use is normal. I don't want my workers to buy anything, though. It's weird that these two are like sliders, and this is like a toggle, but they all do the exact same. Like, why aren't these buttons all the same? from a UI standpoint, I feel like those should all just be identical, but whatever. If there was like 3 options here, like this is what you do for 2 options, right? This is what you would do if you had 3 options or more. And there's only 2 options, so it just seems a little strange to me. That all saved, right? Yes, it did. Okay. General settings. I don't think there's anything here I need to change. All looks fine to me. Radio's off because I don't know if the music is copyright or not. I think we're good. All right. And let's activate line. And let me scooch up a little bit so... Okay, there we go. Activate lane. Lower the weeder. I'll get the pattern down eventually. Okay. Let me remind you, can't get milk at all, no matter the kind of cow or whatever from the cow pen you start with. Oh, yeah, I knew that one. But obviously we're actually not starting with that one anymore, because I actually started the game over, so we don't even have that in anymore at the moment. I noticed that too. Why did Giants do that for Helper's Bike? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. UI designer needs a bit of talking to, just my opinion. I mean, it's not that bad. Maybe they have a plan for putting more in there. Maybe originally they did, or they had a plan to do it in the future. Who knows? And so he went ahead and made it that graphic for now. But I don't know what else they would put there, you know? What other options would you add to that particular menu? And I did not back up very well here. All right. Activate lane. Lower. Go. I will say this about the UI, and you guys see me struggle with it a little bit, and maybe it's just a matter of getting used to it. I'm personally having more trouble with FS25 with the controller in the UI than I am with the keyboard. And like the keyboard and mouse would be fine, but I'm having more trouble with the controller than I did in FS22. FS22, I felt everything flowed smoothly. You can use the top buttons, all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming people that are playing on Xbox and PlayStation might be running into similar issues that I am on this. But I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit clunky as far as changing some of the menus around. So I'm a little bit unhappy about that, because FS22 was, in my opinion, perfectly fine. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, just an observation. I really need to get better at backing up this thing. You gotta adjust the mapping on the controller. Ah, okay. Maybe that is something I can look at, adjust the mapping a little bit, so that some of the settings change the way I want them to be. The controller kind of bugs out in the settings when you... Yeah. I've so noticed that as well. All right, lower that. Activate the line. Go. Just mirrors this line look like it's not going to quite get the front edge. Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but a little bit of annoyance. It's like missing 6 inches on the right. Alright, so we'll be able to do the up downs. Looks like we only need 3 of them. Did it get confused because I only did 1 line? Because it's telling me the line is to my right. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, I see it. I see it now. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit that's overlapped on one side, but the one on the far left over here will be the correct width. Okay, that's fine. One of these has to be overlapped, and that's fine if that's this one. I don't care either way. I was just confused for a second there about what it was doing. As far as I know, it's not required, but why are the headlamps usually done first on fields? I personally would prefer to do the headlamps first, like my personal opinion. But I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a specific reason why. I mean, I would imagine if you had crop destruction turned on, you want to do the headlands first, right? Because otherwise, if you drive to the middle of the field, start doing the up downs first, you've destroyed whatever lane you've driven down, right? So I think headlands first is naturally the right move. But obviously I just turn off crop destruction because to me it's just annoying. I'm on Xbox Series X user and also notice the controller not going down the list on the settings page. Yeah. Hopefully some of those little weird nuances can get fixed at some point. But again, I wouldn't say game breaking, just an annoyance. Bit of overage, yeah, yep. But once we get to that far right one, it'll be, should be perfectly lined up, so we should be good. Still got a good chunk of money, though. We're about to have grass set up. Decent amount of money. I mean, it's going to cost us, what, 60,000 for the baler, 40,000 for the mower, and I think we could get the, wrapper for, like, was it 40, 50, something like that? So it'll put us a little bit over our current value. But honestly, everything we need is going to fit into, just about fit into our money. Hey, Joseph, hey, thanks for the membership. Oh, you gifted. Well, thank you for the gifted membership, even better. Bazooey Nickelsoft, congrats on your membership. I had to scroll up so the last list will go to the bottom of the settings page. Actually, the whole scrolling thing was actually a problem in FS22 sometimes, where if you get to the very bottom, it'll like shift it back up to the top before you were expecting it to. That wasn't a problem in FS22. But yeah. From what I understand, the headlands are done first because the goal of AO is not to leave the field area. Ah, that's interesting. Alright, lower that and go. Anyone know when Giants will do their day one patches on their first bug fix? I haven't seen anything about bug patches yet, but I mean, okay, so the game's been out for a couple weeks if you count the people that got it early stream, right? So they've probably gotten some bug reports for a couple weeks now. And then you've got to figure, obviously, but the game's been in public hands for exactly a week now. I would imagine we're going to see a patch here in the next week or so, before the end of the month, probably. Normally, I would say they would take the next week off, but obviously Giants is not an American company, so they're not going to have to deal with Thanksgiving. As we get closer to Christmas, they might take some time off, obviously, but Thanksgiving, not so much. Or possibly Friday. Friday, actually, that would be pretty good. You see some bug pitches coming up soon. I mean, I haven't played a ton, but I personally have not seen anything super explicitly broken to the point where I would, like, it's unplayable. Like, I would say the game is in a pretty good state. I think there's some balance stuff, like you guys have said. Obviously, we talked about tweaks with the UI. There's a few tweaks and little changes here and there, but overall, I would not say it's unplayable at the moment, which is, I think, a nice thing to see. I don't think Grandpa's going to mind if I use just a tiny bit of his pavement here to unload some seed before we return this thing. All right, so we got grass planted. What's the state of our field right now? Actually, let me turn you off. What is the state of our field? Obviously, it still needs lime. I'm going to hold off on the lime for now. Actually, it says it needs plowing now. Oh, you know what? I bet it was covered up when I was looking at that map. I bet it was covered up by one of the other things. Personally, I wish it would go... Oh, I didn't turn that off, did I? Maybe I turned it off the other day? Or is it just default to off? Which is really strange. Alright, that's fine. Well, it does technically need plowing. Well, we can plow it later. I'm not worried about that right now, but I would have plowed it right now if I'd realized that that was turned off. Did not notice that. We'll still get some decent grass from it for now, and then we can plow it soon. It's actually going to bother me a little bit. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't notice that was turned off. Oh well. Watered and the rolling colors are the same. Huh. Not sure how I feel about that. Some of the colors are the same. I wish this went in order here, personally. I wish it went... Weeds was the top layer you would see at all times, and if I wanted to see if it's fertilizer enough, I'd turn that off and kind of all the way down the list. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I think that's been around since way before. Like, FS19 and everything. That's kind of my personal preference. Because then you have to come in here and kind of guess which ones you got to turn off to be able to see things. Does say it needs rolling. Honestly, I think I'm just going to avoid it. We're going to get some yield. I want to get a little bit of money going, and then we'll worry about anything we can do to improve the yields. But we've got to get the basic equipment right now. On PC using controller, and I agree. Yep, for sure. Doing the headlands first makes sense if you're using a harvester. Imagine the AI driving all over the crops if you did straight parts first. Also, does AI destroy crops? AI does not usually destroy crops, but at least that's historically in FS22 and FS19. I don't know if the AI destroys crops in FS25. I would be surprised if the AI destroys crops in FS25. That would seem a little strange to me. But, again, I haven't actually tried it, so I don't know. Alright, well, we're going to get some grass, so that's a good start in the right direction. But, in the meantime, we could also work on any easy contracts that we want to do. We could definitely target contracts that allow us to use, like if we want to get us a baler now, well, then we can pay for $5,000 of that baler right now by doing a contract with it. Is this just baling? I think I talked about that last time, but that's different, right? Used to you had to do the mowing and the windrowing and the baling all at the same time. Is this just going to have windrowed paths already out there ready for us to bale? That is interesting. I might check that one out just because I'm curious about if that's how that works. Fertilizing, pretty easy, but they're also not worth a lot. Harvesting, usually pretty good, but again, not worth a whole lot. Well, except for that one. That one's worth 10,000. Actually, these two are both worth 10,000 bucks. That is a lot of money. Even if all we did was just hired a worker to just zip over there and just start working these fields, it would be well worth the worker's time for us to go ahead and get those done. We got that stone picking one. We've seen that before. We got the wood transport. I'm not going to do the wood transport, that's for sure. The other good thing is, okay, historically, we've been able to use the same harvester for multiple things. I don't know if it still works that way or not. I assume it would. I don't know why they would have changed that. And maybe we should just test it out. But in the past, I could grab the biggest harvester here and then just run through all of these with that one harvester and save a little bit of money. They split up every aspect of the baling contracts: mowing, wrapping, and baling. Nice. About a year ago, I learned about this game from you on YouTube, then found it on the Game Pass, and I've been hooked ever since. Yeah, it's easy to get hooked on this game. It really is. Can you use borrowed equipment on your own land or other contracts? Historically, you have not been able to use borrowed equipment on your own land. Well, you can use tractors as long as you use your own tools, because the tool is the part that's tied to the contract, not the tractor itself. So if I needed a more powerful tractor to run a seeder that I had, I could borrow another person's tractor and run my powerful seeder with that tractor. That you could do in the past. You used to not be able to run harvesters on your own land. However, you could run harvesters on other people's land on contracts. That's what I was just talking about, though. So I'm kind of curious if it'll work. Which of these is bigger? They're both identical, right? They look identical. And actually, it's interesting that the borrow reward is actually identical for all three of these, even though it's different equipment. Now, that's different. In FS22, the smaller contracts that had not as good equipment, you would not lose as much value. This is actually really bad, if you think about it, right? I could take this contract for $1,920, lower it by $1,599 for this dinky little harvester. I'm getting, what, $300 off of this? Not worth it at all. The only way this contract is worth it is to either use my own equipment or to borrow stuff from one of these more valuable ones and use that instead. That is interesting. I think these two both have exactly the same equipment. Yes, they do. Okay. So I don't think it matters. I'm going to borrow from this one. And then, just because I'm curious, I'm going to take one of these other ones. There's one close to the store that I can just try it out real quick. It's not really that close to the store. I mean, this one's right next to us. And it would be the least costly for me to, like, lose. I think I'm going to accept this contract. I'm going to see if I can use that harvester on this contract. And just so we know, we can eliminate that. As long as you leave the one you borrow equipment for to last, you can use the harvester. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's usually what it is. As long as I leave this one for last, then I can just use this one all the time. that thing where it flips it around again? Did it do that in FS22? I don't know if I ever tried putting it on the wrong side before, but it definitely, like, we'll flip it around here in a second. I've never tried it with FS22 though. I don't think I have. Maybe I have and I just don't remember. I'm assuming this will work on this contract. If it does, we'll probably accept all the other 2 contracts, because we'll be able to knock these out pretty quickly with this giant harvester. And again, it's worth free money, essentially. Even if I use a worker for the entire thing, which I probably will. How many contracts can you take? Used to be, what, 3? But I used to have a mod to let me take as many as I wanted to, because I feel like 3 was kind of a silly limit. It might still be 3. Mythbuster for FS25. Well, I mean, I don't have a nice mustache, so you can't call me Jamie, so... I don't think I identify with either of them now that I think about it. I don't have red hair, so I can't be Adam. Hey, SS Farming, how's it going? 3 contracts max. Okay, that's what I thought, but... Which is... It's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Where do I want to bring this? I guess I'll bring it over here. We know we have an empty spot over here. Come on. Oh, I got stuck. Turned too fast. You really getting stuck? Why are my treads not on the ground? That's a little weird. Yes, I realized I jacked myself, but I didn't think my treads would be off the ground. Hello, cows. Alright. Unfortunately, we do not have the mod that allows us to get straw from contract fields, which is a nice way to get a little extra money. I think I'm going to start you going this direction. Alright, let's go there. Let's go there. That all looks good. Number of headlands. Wait, no field detected? Okay. Push up a little bit. There we go. Work the headlands fine. Start with the headlands fine. Skip lines no. It's gonna go at an angle. Really? Interesting. Would not have expected that. Alright. While you're doing that, I'll bring the other trailer over. Pretty good. 85 subscribers now. 15 short of my goal. By FS25 at least, but great for the growth. Well, yeah, I mean, it's... You gotta start somewhere, and it's only gonna go up from there. Well, I say it's only gonna go up. Technically, you can lose subscribers, but usually not very many. So, thankfully, it trends in an upward direction most of the time. I was just thinking about setting up the steering wheel at some point. I think I've talked about that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one of these days I will. I kind of want to just have fun with the game right now and not be frustrated by the steering wheel. But at some point, I might try give the steering wheel another chance. I might grab that baling contract as well, so that I can go work on that while the workers doing the harvesting. Because the baling one, the workers aren't able to work on. At least not in the current iteration of the game. Maybe someday. Just bring you over here for now. Out of the way. Okay, so yeah, let's go do the building one. Because we can have 3. We can always, basically what we can do is we can do the one we're doing now. Turn that in, grab another one, do it. Turn that in, do another one. And then we'll just save the field 38 for last, since that's where we borrowed the equipment from. I think that'll be a good path forward. And this baling one, you know, baling ones are usually worth a decent amount of money because a lot of times you'll actually end up with, oh, wait a minute. This doesn't give us a way to transport the bales. Do we just have to bale it? And we don't have to drop it off? Oh, is that a thing? We don't have to drop it off anymore? That's actually, I guess, convenient. One thing about the multiple contracts, if the harvest gets delivered to the same place, you have no control, which counts for, yes, I have seen that before. That's normal for FS19 and 22. If it counts towards the one you borrowed equipment for, once that hits 20%, you won't be able to harvest all the contracts. That field, yeah, that is the same as FS22. You have to be careful which one it's going for. The good news is about all these harvesting ones is that we borrowed for an oat and we're doing canola for these other two. So none of these will be fine, right? Because we're saving the oat for last. No transport. Wow. Okay, that's very convenient. This is totally worth doing then. I mean, it's so much quicker then. Now, the only bad thing about that is we used to get extra money off the extra bales that we could transport. So that is the one negative, that there's no transport. But it is a lot quicker to do because obviously, I mean, normally I'd say we don't need to borrow equipment because we're going to have to get our own baler anyway, but we don't have our own baler yet. And our own baler would cost us more than $640. So I think we'll still just borrow this equipment. But there's definitely value in us eventually just having one of these contracts once we get our own baler. So we'll borrow equipment here, go do that contract while we're getting the harvesting done, and all will be good with the world. Do you own the Simtask farm stick from Trustmaster? I do not. I have the steering wheel for, it's just the Logitech, what is it? I don't remember. Just a basic Logitech steering wheel with the pedals and everything like that. But no, it doesn't have any like extra sticks or anything like that. What looks like a lot of fun is doing forestry with 2 joysticks. Have you tried that before? I have not tried the forestry with any joysticks, actually. 2 joysticks does sound interesting. Probably a lot easier. I would imagine the forestry stuff with, you know, having to do the arms and stuff like that, that is definitely one of the things I find the most challenge with, and part of the reason why I stayed away from forestry for as long as I did. But that's one area where having actual joysticks would presumably be better because you have that, it's just more control. It's just a better situation. So I might try it someday. I'm not sure when, but maybe someday. This is field 51. So how are we going to get there? That is, oh, way up there. So we'll take a right, take a left, and go around the back. Okay. Still haven't learned this map yet. Just out of curiosity, how much is the MacDon stuff that I just added in? What would that be under? Harvesters, maybe? No, it's over there. Wood drawer. I mean, it's not the cheapest. I mean, I get the grass mower for mowing. And it's very cool that this thing can be a mower. That is actually really awesome. What does the grass mower do for the... Does it just give you stuff to wrap up for silage? To bundle up for silage? Or put into a bunker, I mean? Like, what does the mower do for all the other crops? I don't know if I understand that. I'm assuming it's got to be a silage thing, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. You're basically chopping up the crop. It no longer exists anymore. Balers now have to be refilled with twine. Oh. Have to add it to the cost in your own baler. Do I need to add it to this one? Okay, I see it has round bale net, so we are actually full on this one, so I don't have to worry about that. That's good. I'm glad we do, because otherwise I have to go back to the store. Yes, the header flipped around in 22 if you put it on the trailer on the wrong side. Okay, I'd never tried it. Okay, good call. Exactly, that's also what people reviewing a dual joystick setup said, making the whole experience a lot easier and more immersive. Yes. There are definitely some things that will be easier with a steering wheel or a joystick and things like that. There are some things that will be harder, in my opinion. I've just been playing FS25 for the last 6 days because I fractured my... Oh, ouch. I'm sorry. I hope you get better soon. Fractured my wrist at work, and I'm on workers' comp right now. Well, I hope you feel better soon. That's not fun. Although I suppose as long as you have something fun and enjoyable to do, maybe that'll pass the time quicker. This one? Or... yeah, it's this one. Field 54 right here. I mean, it's not an explicit field. That's a good amount of grass, though. You could buy that and either, you know, be a good place to put some animal pens, or, again, just mow it for grass. Without fertilization, it's not the best way to do grass, but it still has some value. Oh, is our contract finished up there? I got distracted. I will zip over there in just a second. Oh, this is actually not even grass. This is straw. Very interesting. Okay. Let's go over here. Get you emptied out. Actually, let's move you over there to grab it from him. I like how the new animal pens have meadows. 100%. That is very cool. I love that the new animal pens not only have meadows, but also have, you can change the size of the pen, which means, yeah, if you keep it at the basic size, maybe it only has 7 animals in it, right? But if you make it like ginormous, it could have 50 animals, 100, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a limit at some point, but overall, you get to determine how big the meadow is, or how big the pen is, which changes how many animals you can put in it, which is really awesome. Love that new feature. That's a huge win. Okay, let's get to you. We should be able to have you deliver. If I can remember which one you are. You are this one, and you're delivering to way over there. Wow. Okay, so if I come here, figure out how to do this. I want to select you. Sorry, it's this option. I want to select you, create a job. I want you to deliver to this, which I don't, can I select it? No, I have to I want to deliver to, I guess I just have to path through these until it highlights over here. There we go. Grain barrage. Grain barge terminal 01. And not looping. We don't need a loop. I think this is supposed to work. We'll find out. I couldn't get it to work the other day. There he goes. Oh, he's blocked for a second. Is it because you're picking into that? Yeah. All right, we'll let you go deliver. Hopefully you get there safely. One of these days, we will find one of these tractors in the middle of the river. I'm expecting that at some point. Unfortunately, we can drive you to the next field, but we can't start the next contract until we turn that in. But I can at least get you headed that direction. Now, I will say this. I don't know if they've made the AI better. Used to, the AI driving harvesters had a really big trouble driving from one field to another. It would get stuck a lot, blocked a lot. I don't know if they've made that better or not, but we can try it here. We want to go to... We'll just do this other small one real quick, or whichever maybe one's closer. I don't know which one's closer. They're both kind of across the river in a way. Let's go to 26 real quick. And so we're going to head to 26. We want you to create a job for you. Come on. We can just set destination this time. You're going to head up to 26. I'm just going to put you on the field for now, and then we can move you once you get there. Will you be able to drive there without getting stuck? Oh, I didn't actually execute it. I think that helps usually. Helps if you actually tell it to go, doesn't it? Oh no, it's still going. Yeah, it's just not going to go, I don't think. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just... It's too big, right? For some reason, it's too big for the pathing. It's fine. Just hoping they had improved that by now, but... Ooh, this is a... Do I need to actually learn how tall my equipment is from now on? Because that's a low bridge. Where are we going? We're going to 26. We got I guess come up to the road, take a left, take a right. All right. You just see the AI trying to take a ferry across there, but just tries. No, it would not surprise me. At some point, the AI is going to do something really dumb. Well, we know that. Welcome home. Established 1832. New, get the official magazine. Huh? Got overturned a little bit. Sorry, buddy. Now this town, I will give them credit. This town, it really feels like a normal, like rural town, because yeah, you've got like a center of like maybe the main part of the city. Or the main part of the town, right? With a lot more of the main stuff, the big store and things like that. But then you've got still little pockets of stores and gas stations and things like that all around. It's not just all in one spot or on one road. There is a little bit of spread here, and there's houses scattered around. I actually feel like this feels very, very realistic. Technically we can turn here, but I have a feeling we would normally go, maybe straight would be a little bit wider road. I don't know. We'll turn here. There's a fire department. Okay, look, I know I hate signs. You guys know I hate signs as much as anybody. I like knocking over signs all the time. I've told that story before. I was nowhere near that side. That one's not my fault. The wind just blew that side over. Did our tractor get stuck? I feel like he should have gotten there by now. Pull you off to the side over here. And we'll go check on our tractor. Oh, he's actually almost there. Guess we get to watch him. I have a weird love of driving along in the game and blocking cars from passing me. I love to think how angry they are in this virtual. I agree. I always used to have a little bit of enjoy about having a line of cars behind me while I'm driving my tractor down the road. But now they pass you. Like, they ruined it. They'll just go around. Hey, Broy, watched a lot of your farming simulator videos. First time live. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it, Josh. Hopefully you're enjoying it. And that is that contract done. Did we get a little extra money? We did get a little extra money from that. That's good. I wish Giants would change their stance on requiring everyone to buy the DLC to join a friend's world who plays with all the DLCs. I think only the host should have to buy the DLC. I could see that as well. You're not wrong. I would agree. You're not wrong. But I mean, it could be a technical limitation. It could also just be they want the money. I don't have an answer there, but I wouldn't say it's just because of money. There's always the chance it is a technical thing. All right, let us turn that contract in, which will be down here. And completed. Collect. And which means we will be able to grab the next contract down, which was this one. We're already there. So we will accept. We do not need to borrow items. Okay. And then we will get back to you and have you start on your journey here. Let me just get a little bit further to the right so I can pick up this thing without blocking anything. One nice thing about doing contracts is that you do get to use some of the really big equipment that you don't normally get to use in a brand new like start from scratch game because it's so expensive to have. All right, let me make sure you are set. That all looks good. Yep. Okay, and then you can head back over to where we're at. You were just doing a drive back order. Set destination. And honestly, you can actually drive to where this guy's about to plow or about to harvest because it'll be empty by the time you get there. Cool. You're good. And that means we can go back to our baler. You have a theme for this playthrough? Honestly, not yet. I mean, I'm willing to take some suggestions. I don't immediately have a theme off the top of my head. Right now, just get started and get some money. That's the reason we started with grass and some contracts, because that's a good way to just get some money just to go start with. But I haven't actually decided what I'm going to put down yet. I'm doing water buffalo and currently, well, I won't spoil it. I'm doing water buffalo and something else on my other save. I don't think the something else has gone live yet, so I won't say what it is yet. Oh, it's not auto. I was like, why is it not unloading? Turn on automatic drop. Thank you. So I might do something different from that on this. Oh, one thing I did find out. I was watching a couple videos today. I've been trying to keep it mostly blind, but there's a few videos I decided to watch just to kind of get a little bit of an information. And I did learn that sheep actually can live entirely off of meadow grass, right? Like they actually get the same bonus from meadow as they would from grass in their pen. So if you want to do sheep, you can just set them up on a meadow and just presumably, unless the meadow goes away over time because they graze it, I don't know. But presumably you can just do the meadow and it's, you never have to touch them from a food standpoint again. So that's kind of an interesting thing to note. Looks like our guy is blocked at the moment. We'll come back to him in a second. Yeah, I haven't thought about it. There are new cereal types. You guys have heard me complain before about the only cereal that they had was one that used raisins, and I personally hate raisins. And oh man, well, I told you that AI was going to do something dumb at some point. Maybe not explicitly dumb because that is kind of a tight corner, to be fair to him. But yeah, it starts. Actually, almost. Oh no, he's over by us. I thought that was the other field. We're still trying to get him over here. Oh, you used to be able to set a destination just by navigating to where you wanted to go and hitting the button, but I think I still have to just select you. Come on, select you. Set destination. Now I can come over here. Okay, go. Maybe if metal stops growing during the winter. That would make sense, that the metal stops growing during the winter. That would actually make a lot of sense. Meadow grass does not regrow. Okay, that I did not know. That is news to me. Well, then there you go. That's interesting. Why? Like I could understand it being grazed and then like there being less of it and it eventually like, but it would regrow, right? Meadows regrow. Like, that seems a little strange. Keep and coach, they can both subsist for 9 months out of the year. I know the cows need more than just meadow to be at full. Yes, the cows do need more. Usually we do TMR for cows, but you can definitely do less than that if you want to. By some argument, TMR for cows is possibly not worth the extra milk that you get. I personally still like to do it, but because part of the reason why I like to do cows is because it gives me a variety of things to do to feed them. But I could also understand why mathematically the TMR potentially is less valuable. It's a lot of work for what, 20% gain? Because I think you can get 80% just off of silage alone, I believe. Oh, is he stopped again? Oh, he's good. Thank you for catching that. Obviously, if I'm looking over at chat, I might miss the message over there. He's actually almost where he needs to... Interesting decision, my friend. You made it, though. Good job. He's actually almost where he needs to go. That's good. Yeah, you guys can help me come up with a story for this save then, because I haven't... I mean, try out stuff, honestly. I was thinking about doing the cakes again because there's a little bit of nuance, a little bit of difference here, and they take so much input, but there's other things we could do as well. Like, I honestly don't know. I haven't really thought about it. We could do an animal we haven't done before, which is goats. We have never done goats, obviously. So that would be different. We haven't done sheep. We never did sheep in FS25, so that would be different. Maybe sheep and goats. They're very easy to take care of. We've already got a grass field, so even if we don't use the meadow, since it sounds like it goes away after a while, we'll have the grass available to give to them. So that's an option. It'll also give us a couple different types of crops, or a couple different types of products, is what I meant to say, between the goat's milk and the sheep wool. So two different things that we can do there. Actually, it sounds kind of fun. Honestly, sheep and goats. Relatively simple, though. I don't mind adding some complexity somewhere. Wait, do sheep and goats go in the same pen? Why are you not? There we go. Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, the sheep and goats go in the same pen, don't they? Yeah, they share it. So that's actually real. That's... kind of like that idea. Even if we do other things as well, I do kind of like the idea of just doing sheep and goats. We talked about the sheep and goats sharing last time, and I just forgot about it. So, forgive me. Did you see that they have small productions now? You can start them earlier with less money. Yes, I did. So, about the small productions, pros and cons. I personally think the small productions are a great idea. They really are. Because they only cost 36,000 bucks to get something going, right? When you're starting very small, like a start from scratch run like we're doing right now, you just don't have a lot of money to save up for 330,000 bucks for a preserved food factory, right? So if I can come in here instead and buy 36,000 bucks for where was it? Scanner? Right there. However, it is 1/10 of the output. So, on the one hand, you could say, okay, wait a minute, this one only costs 330,000 bucks and is 10 times the output of this one. That math doesn't work. And especially if you went down to one's cheaper. What if I went down to a dairy for 210 versus 36? Yeah, okay. Based on that math, you're right. It is not exactly a one... the value might seem less useful. However, a couple things to remember. If you are starting with a small farm, you're not going to have enough stuff to fill up a big production facility anyway. So yeah, if it can produce 10 times the amount, is it really worth it when it only finishes it in 1 month and then the rest of the 11 months is just sitting there doing nothing because you don't have enough input to fill it up? Whereas this thing, yeah, it's a tenth of the speed, but you can fill it up every single harvest, and you're only out 36,000 bucks at the beginning of the year, and you're basically getting full value for it sitting there, and it's less likely to be empty for most of the year. Now, as your farm grows, of course, this does not have the same value. It is not worth, if you've got enough to fill this thing up, the dairy, for example, because I'm using that one because it's a much smaller difference there. If you've got enough to fill that one up completely and run it full speed, 12 months out of the year, well then yeah, there's no argument there. Do the big dairy. I would never do the small one. But if you're starting very small, well, it's definitely a lot better to spend 36,000 bucks on one of these and get a little bit of increase in your crop, your milk or your peas or something like that, than it is to just sell the raw goods because you can't afford the big facility anyway. So I think there's pros and cons. Just be aware, it is 1/10 of the production, so take that into account. The small production seem tailor-made for only a start from scratch or hard. Yeah, I agree. I think they're perfect for a hard difficulty start from scratch run because it gives you a way to get some value early, and then eventually you'll just sell it and upgrade to the big boy. And I think that's awesome. You don't have to pick up the bales in the contract. Does that mean you can buy the cheapest baler? It makes the super small bales, plus that baler doesn't stop to unload, right? Ah, that's a good question. That is, because you're right. The square bales, I actually prefer square balers normally because the square balers never have to stop, and it's always been a fun and convenience. But the problem with the square balers is that, if you're doing silage for sure, they lose some value there. But no, you're right. That is a good question. And that really small one, how much is that one? 20. It's really, really cheap. Now, I will say this one only goes 6 miles an hour. These go 10 versus the round one going 10. So 10 miles an hour, but have to stop every few, I don't know. That actually probably evens out. 10, but have to stop versus 6. It's just kind of slow. They're probably pretty similar. But I would say if you could get one of these square balers, that one's definitely going to be faster overall. But again, depending on what you need to do with your own personal bales, this may not have the same value. One thing I'm curious about, does it have on the contract, does it say what size bales it actually requires? Like if I were to run my own baler on this, I'm assuming it didn't because I didn't see it. But oh, it doesn't say round bale. So this one actually does specifically ask for round bales. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what you said, Kiefer. The baling contract do specify the type though, so that makes sense. I think they want specific shapes for a contract. Okay, well yeah, that makes sense. That's fair enough. Oh, let me go check out my guy. He's probably, yeah. Oh, you actually finished the whole field. I don't know if I expected you to do that. Although I guess canola doesn't really... You actually get very little canola for a very large field. I suppose that makes some sense. Have you been stuck here the whole time and I just didn't notice? Oh, of course you have. That's my bad. But why did you go this way? The field is behind you. That's a very strange direction to go, my friend. I'm confused. I didn't even think to come back to see you because I thought you were already basically there. I was not expecting you to run into some trouble that close to the end. I stand corrected. Sometimes the AI is dumb. That's alright. We lost a few bucks there because I was talking, but we're still going to make more money than we lose off this entire contract. Alright, so where's this one going? This one's going to same place, way across the entire map. I don't have a lot of faith that this guy's going to make it, but I guess we'll start in that direction and we'll see how he does. I'm at least going to start you on the road to give you a fighting chance here. Alright, so we want to... If I just activate you here, will it automatically set me to a go-to? Okay, it does that at least. So I can use that in the future. That's good. Although I don't want it to be a go-to. I want it to be a deliver. I want it to be not looping. And I want it to go to this one over here, which is the barge 1. And start job. Go. Okay. It's all new, so I'm trying to get all the steps in my mind. You are going to go to the next field now. Are you already blocked? Did you already run into the side of the bridge like a dummy? Oh, you want to go this way? Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess if you came from over there to this field and you went that direction, it makes some sense that you're going to go back that... Wait, what are you doing now? Where's my thing? Oh, it's over there. Where are you going? I guess you'll get there eventually. Okay, next contract. And actually, technically, the last contract... Well, I say last contract. The last contract we're going to pick up. 88. So 88 is... way down there. Across the river. So we want to go back to the back to the road we came up. Back down. Back by our farm. And then down that road that goes across the bridge. Okay. Find out if I get lost. Someone should make a mod where the AI are only allowed to use main roads so they don't get stuck, or avoid areas where AI are known to get stuck, like walls too close to the road. Yes and no. Obviously, if they're only able to use main roads, then you would never be able to start them unless you got them to a main road first, which I guess is an okay restriction, but I like the idea that they can use the side roads. They just need to be smarter. That's all. Honestly, a good solution would be just take off collision off the AI with regards to like... What is with that sign? I was nowhere near it. Okay. If you take off collision like while it's driving like relative to like walls and stuff, that might help a little bit, maybe. Maybe that's too much to ask, I don't know. Oh, there's a gap, there's a gap. I'm coming through. Oh, I made it. Oh, I need to go this way. Sorry, got distracted. At least we're gonna get to explore the map a little bit by doing this, because I have literally not seen hardly any of this map. Have you tried the steering assist? Oh, yeah. Steering assist on the field? Yes, yeah, I did that earlier. The sign saw Broyar coming and jumped out of the way, actually. That's really funny. That might be 100% exactly what happened. They heard my story, they know that I hate signs, and they have jumped out of the way. I like that. That actually... Well said. They've seen their brother... Oh, look, I'm sitting reading you guys and not paying attention. They've seen their brothers get run over. Yes. I've told my story before, right? I almost got killed by a sign once. Like, that's not an exaggeration. I legitimately almost got killed by a sign once. So now I hate them, and I run them over at all times. The map has some nice detail. Giants did a nice job. I think this map looks great. The Asian map looks pretty good. I haven't done a lot of exploration on it yet either. It looks really good. Obviously, you guys know I love Sri Lanka. And I haven't looked at it. I think I saw somewhere that there might be some slight changes and some improvements to Sri Lanka. I don't know that for sure. If it's identical, maybe it is. I genuinely don't know. I have not even loaded it up. But even if they left Sri Lanka alone, I thought Sri Lanka was a really cool map as well already. But yeah, this map looks great. And having grown up in some southern towns myself, this map feels very familiar to me in that regard. They did a good job capturing that southern U.S. feel. Yeah, it's a great map. It's a great map. Look, that sign right there, it got knocked over before I even showed up. These signs, you know what? They're bowing before. Look, there's another one. The signs are bowing down before me. Like, that's taking it a little too far, guys. I mean, come on. I know I'm amazing, but the signs don't need to bow before me. Look, there's another one. What is going on? Actually, I think that one's graphically knocked over for effect. Oh, there's a little farm up here. Huh, I didn't look at that one before. Kind of like the fact this is up this little hill here. Kind of cool. this a rope course? What is this? It's not powers and stuff. Like, it looks like, is this like a... I don't know what that is. Like my kids have something like that at their high school where, but it is like a rope course. Like you're supposed to climb, like they don't do it anymore because apparently they just stopped using it. But it was like, oh no, I've been up here, I think. We're at the boat. Yeah. This is the toy area, wasn't it? But yeah, they have like a little rope course thing that I guess they used to use in PE when they would climb up and climb around on the ropes and stuff like that for PE stuff. Oh, it's the playground you can build. Wait. This becomes a huge playground that like, does it like build out? Is this something that builds out bigger or something? Is that what you're saying? Because that's really cool. All right, sorry, I'm blocking traffic over here. I got distracted, okay? I'm sightseeing. Excuse me, bus. Oh, the other part. Okay, yeah. If I was the Department of Transportation, I would stop fixing signs with me around. That's why most of the signs are on the ground. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. They know that I'm here, and they realize that it is a war that they will not win, so therefore there's no point in trying. I like that idea. Oh, you already came over here and did this. Good job. I didn't have to babysit you at all. You actually made it all the way. I'm impressed. All right, let's go turn that contract in. And completed. Collect. Now we can get one of the big ones. They're definitely worth the money. I mean, those were fine. They didn't take that long to do. But they were obviously not the big ones. And we are doing... Field 88. Right here where we're at. Okay. So... Let me actually bring the header across to 89. Loaded it here. I'm just gonna start you. Maybe I'll start you right here. Excuse me, car. Excuse me, car. I'm gonna get there first. Oh, you tried to go around. Sucker. Sorry. Let me line you up since you're gonna have to line up anyway. Go. All right, and let's get you back that direction, please. And if we do this, we'll get a go to immediately and just go to, I guess again, just go to right here. Oh, that's weird. It changed it. There we go. Got to learn the menu options. There we go. Go to there. Start job. Okay. All right, back to the baling. Can you use steering assist with balers? No. No field detected for preview. I have a good success with that on fields, but not on baling contracts. Yeah, okay. It should work if you make the header size the same as the harvester. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's going to let me turn it on. Yeah, there's no option to select the line. Like, there's no line here, right? So I can literally hit steering assist, hit OK. There's no lines, yeah, so it doesn't work. That might be something they can add later, because I believe you can use steering assist with the old GPS mods, right? I think those used to have the option to use steering assist, or maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm misremembering. I honestly don't remember. I didn't use them that often, to be honest, partly because with the mod, You actually had to spend like 20,000 bucks to get the GPS installed on the tractor in the first place. And so obviously I very rarely had the extra money to do that. That's the nice thing about the steering assist in the base game now. You don't have to spend the extra money for it. It works fine if you own the field. Ah, so it works better in your own straw harvest. Thank you for letting me know that. That's good. We'll try that out sometime for sure. And that's good news too, actually. I mean, that does tell me that if it works on your own field, there's no technical reason why it shouldn't be able to work with other people's fields. So maybe it'll be something they can enhance at some point in the future. Oh, missed a spot. Oh no! Assume that will be patched soonish. I think they could patch that in at some point. I mean, you know that they've put so much effort into improving the AI. I feel like they're doubling down on the idea that people do like to use AI in general. And so I could definitely see more improvements to the AI as time goes on, for sure, because it's here to stay. AI is here to stay. I know some people don't. I'm sure there's plenty of people that swear by never using AI. More power to them. I mean, if that's how you like to play, by all means. But I think the AI is really cool. I think it adds more, I don't know, more depth to the game. And also obviously means you can do a lot more stuff. Because by yourself, it will take you forever to do anything. But if you have friends, all my friends are fake. I suddenly got really sad saying that out loud. If you have those kind of friends that can help you, then obviously you can do a lot more stuff on your field. Which is awesome. You just have to pay them. I mean, I would love salaried AI that you could just like hire an AI for a year, or you know, for a yearly rate, and then you know you can use them as much as you want during that year, so to speak. I mean, you could even go as far as to have like AI that have different bonuses, right? Maybe there's an AI that has a bonus to harvesting, so he'll harvest 10% faster or something like that. And then you have an AI that's good at, you know, spraying weeds or spraying fertilizer, and he does that faster or something like that. Who knows? There could be different ways they could enhance that and make it really cool. That might be taking it a little too far, but I still think it's kind of a cool idea. I should probably check my tractors. Did you get... You're good. Oh, you actually made it. Let's get you out of the way, though, because you're kind of blocking a little bit more than I meant for you to. But you did make it. I'm proud of you, buddy. I'm shocked they haven't added that as a feature. Farmhands would be a quad. I think farmhands would be cool, especially now that they've got the contract guys like standing out in the world, right? It feels like it gives more, like, I don't know, life to the game. And so I think farmhands would be more life to the game. I don't know. I think it would be a cool feature, personally. Are those bugs we keep seeing streaking across the air? Or is that something else falling down? Weird. I can't catch it. Like that right there. It was a little bug, I think, or something. I don't know. Worker is blocked by an object. Oh, you're blocked by him. Oh, well, because you're being dumb. Thought you'd turn around just fine there. I guess you haven't finished your turn yet. Fine, I'll get you out of the way. There we go. I'm surprised that FS25 on mobile Switch is still single player only. That is... I did not know that. I've never played it on mobile or Switch, that version of the game, but I'm surprised that is single player only, yeah. I'm assuming it is dust, but it is annoying. Maybe it is like dust and like particles in the air. I don't know. I mean, I guess it gives a little extra flavor to, I don't know. Because obviously if you're out in the middle of a field or whatever, or out on a farm, you'll see like little bits of things flying around from sometimes. That's common. Sometimes it's bugs, sometimes it's like pieces of like pollen and stuff like that floating about. Maybe not pollen, but you know those little white, is it dandelions that are the little white flowers that puff up and you can see them floating around with the seeds? Those are pretty common to see as well. So are fireflies or lightning bugs, depending on where you live. It's actually a decent sized field. By the way, just a quick note, because I'm looking at the stubble here on the ground. A quick note about mulching and rolling your field. I've talked about this in FS22 before, but it's the same values here in FS25. So if in case you missed that before, I'll talk about it again. The big reason why mulching and rolling are probably not worth it, again, to each their own, but in my opinion, not worth it, is because it's not. They give 2.5% extra yield, but it's not. The math is weird. It's not 2.5% of your total. If you were to get, let's say you got a field that gave you 5,000 liters of something. If you got it up to 100% bonus, that's an additional 5,000 liters, up to 10,000 liters. The mulching by itself did not give you 250 liters or 2.5% or whatever, right? It didn't give you 2.5% of that total. It gave you 2.5% of the bonus, the 5,000. So it only gives you 125 liters of that 10,000. Same thing with rolling. So it's actually less valuable than it sounds when you think of it. 2.5% already is not valuable enough in my opinion, but it's actually less than that because, you know, you never have zero crop, right? You're not, if I didn't do weeding and plowing and all that stuff, I'm not getting zero crop from my harvest. I'm getting just the base value. And then all those other things give you a bonus on top of that. And so it's weird math. Sometimes it's hard to wrap your head around, but mulching and rolling are just such a small amount of value. It is really, really bad. But again, some people like to 100%, and more power to you. If that's what you like to be a completionist and you always get 100%, then absolutely, you know, it's worth doing in that regard. But from a monetary standpoint, it is, and a time standpoint, it is never worth doing mulching and rolling, in my opinion. Most of the other ones are pretty good though. 15%, which again, maths out to 7.5% of your total yield, is probably more worthwhile. So that's why things like, which I think 50% is the line, right? Or is that 20? I can't remember. Those are definitely usually worth doing because they don't take that long once you get down to that level, and it's a much bigger percentage for sure. But you could do none of it and still get yield, right? You're not going to get nothing if you do none of the bonuses. Oh, I think our thing was finished, wasn't he? Yep. I got distracted. 2.5% wouldn't even cover the AI workers or repair costs. Oh, it really wouldn't. It really wouldn't. Where are you at? Way over there. I really like the script mod they released on ModHub for baling. It was quite well done. What does it do, Kaifu? I haven't actually looked at that one. What do you think about the new NPC in FS25? Maybe in the future farming sim will make it where NPC drive tractors on their own field. I would like to see the NPCs do things on their own fields, 100%. I think that would give more life. Yeah, we have the cars driving around on the roads, which is cool, and you got the people walking around. I've said before, I would love to see the NPCs actually working tractors on fields. I think that would be a really cool enhancement. Maybe too much, maybe more than it's worth from when you consider the cost of building that out. But it just would give so much life to these maps. I think it would be really cool. You said something I was going to respond to. I don't remember now. It doesn't matter. Now, the one thing I don't like about the NPCs, just real quick, I mentioned this in my Let's Play, so I'll show you here. Let's come over here real quick to Walter. Let's go visit Walter. I find it really creepy that Walter follows me. like I can hide and poke out. He's there. He's watching me. He's looking at me. Like, I just find it really creepy, personally. I don't know. And I think if we could find... Is it Ben over here? We could see Ben. I think he's the one that's over across the road. He'll be looking at me once I poke my head up here, I think. If that's him over there. Is that him? That might not be him. That might be something else. I just saw the yellow icon on the ground. Maybe that's not him. There's others out there. They follow you, and it's... I don't know. Let's see if we can poke around. You still there? Oh, you're still watching us. It's just really creepy, okay? I don't know. Just my thoughts. You cannot hide from Walter. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten 100% on this yet. Usually you do get 100% before you fully finish the contract. And in this case, it actually looks like we're going to have to get up every single granule here. Just about. Like, it's going to finish... Or maybe it's based on bales. Maybe they're expecting X number of bales, and since we haven't finished this last bale quite yet... Is it going to 100% right as we finish this bale? No. So we literally have to get every grain... Or not grain, you know what I mean. Every, There we go. Now it finished. But we didn't have to get quite literally everything, but all those bales wasn't enough. We needed 101 liters more to count. That's a little strange, but whatever. It's fine. It's still a pretty easy contract to do for 5,000 bucks. So yeah. Kind of hate that we have to go up to the menu up here and go to the active, but that's all right. It's fine. We'll collect that. Let's go check on you. You're going fine. You're not even anywhere close to being full, so we can finish this field before we move on. All right. Are there any other contracts we want to do while we're waiting? Oh, there's more baling. I did not even notice those. Hey, these are both square bales. That's kind of cool, which means we should be able to do the same thing for both of them. Do we like one of these better than the other? I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Why is this highlighting the drop-off there? You guys see that? Right over here? It's almost like it's telling me that this is where it's dropping off, but these are... We already know that we don't have to drop off the bales. It's kind of a strange... It's weird. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I don't think it matters which one of these we use. I think they're both identical, essentially. So, I don't know. Just do this one. We will borrow items from this one. Oh, I'd like to do the other one, accept the other one, but we can't do that until we get to the other contract. How far along are we on this contract? Not very. Okay. We'll just do them one at a time. It's fine. Oh, because I have a contract that already goes to that drop-off. It's just highlighting the other contract's drop-off. Okay, that makes sense. This is a really cool looking tractor. Look at this. Kind of a bronze color. The Valtra. Nice. Sorry, I got distracted by this tractor. Didn't back up right. Yeah, the baling contracts are just almost everything. A little nerve-wracking at times. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Let me back up a little bit. Creepy old Walter. Yep, he is very creepy. Walter got those wall hacks. Don't challenge Walter in a game of CS:GO. Yeah, the wall hacks, you mean. Yeah. The creepy empathy in a dog that loves playing traffic. This game loves to play with my fears. Yes! The dogs do like to run out in traffic. You're right. I've noticed that most of the contracts you have a lot less left over than in 22. Yeah! Yeah, FS25, you could usually do about Usually probably about 90% of the contract, and you used to be able to keep about 10% either you didn't have to do, save yourself some time, or you had like 10% of the crop left over that you could sell for yourself. It does feel like these are a lot less, which I suppose is a fair, it's the right thing, but it was nice having those extra little bit, made those contracts a little bit more worthwhile to do. We're going down here. If you get a chance, would you mind watching the last 2 minutes or so of my last Panda Express episode and see if you can see why my line isn't working? I know you're busy, but I'd be great. Okay, I'll take a look at it later. I'll see if I can watch it later. Alright, let's head over to near our farm, actually, for this one. Hey, what's up, Broyar? I'm watching from Mississippi. I'm subscribed. Well, thank you very much for the subscription, Samuel. Well, if you're from Mississippi, this map might feel a little bit like home, because this feels like very much like a Mississippi or Louisiana, somewhere kind of down south for sure. I'm spreading the word and it wasn't applying or changing status. Oh, I was spreading it and it wasn't applying or changing status. Super weird. Oh, yep. Thank you, Sam. For sure. Alright, hey, at least this one we don't have to stop. We can just keep on trucking. Interesting that all of these so far have been straw. Would have expected to see a grass one by now. This isn't our field, is it? Wait, what? But this isn't my field. Did I just do it wrong on the other one? I'm really confused why this works and the other one didn't. Maybe I just did it wrong. It sounds like... Wait a minute, no, it's not right. It's not going to line up right. Oh, I have to change the settings. Okay, so we need to change it to... the width. What would the width be? I mean, I guess I could just kind of make some adjustments to guess, because we just want to make it where the lines line up, right? I just have to kind of guess here. So let's go here. What if we make it, because we have to guess what type of harvester they use, right? I don't know, let's make it 6 meters. Oh, it's gonna be way wider than that. It's gonna be like 12 meters or 10 meters, something like that. I don't know, let's do like 9.5. A little less wide than that. So maybe 9.3. I don't know if this is worth doing or not, but it's interesting that we could probably figure it out. Oh, well, 9 looks good enough that I think it'll get it all. Alright, cool. Well then we can... That is interesting. And so then we can just toggle cruise control. Very cool. I wonder why it works over here and not... Again, maybe I just literally did something wrong before. I don't want to judge it too harshly yet, but I thought I hit the right buttons. Good enough for going work. That's pretty accurate. Oh, I didn't actually activate the lane. Farming Simulator 25 game on PlayStation? Is it not on PlayStation? I think it is, right? Pretty sure it's on PlayStation. Truth be told, I don't know. I assumed it was on PlayStation and Xbox the same day as it got on PC. Oh, this is so easy. If we can do this, this is nice, actually. This is really nice for baling. Especially with the square baler. Like, this almost incentivizes me to figure out how to get a square baler instead of a round baler, because we just never have to stop. We just keep on going, right? This is actually really nice. It's on PS5, but last generation consoles don't get FS25 like PS4. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I get it. At some point, you've got to stop making games for the previous generation. But it's still, you know, unfortunate that it is now, I guess. Oh, this is really, really convenient. Like, I love this. This is so awesome. Right here. Well, thank you for convincing me to try it again, because, even if you were wrong about this being my field, it worked, so it's all good. Alright, I should probably stop you and go check on the other guy. Okay, I thought he was full. I was not paying attention. Isn't the PS4 like 10 years old? Is it already that old? Wow. I mean, my kids still play on an Xbox One, but I also have no strong desire to buy my kids a brand new console. They're fine with the X. All they play is Minecraft, so it plays just fine on an Xbox One. I mean, my kids are the generation that spends half their time playing games on their cell phone. I don't think they need a brand new top-of-the-line console anytime soon. Happy accident. Yeah, it was definitely a happy accident. I'm very happy. That's a very convenient accident. Xbox Series S is pretty cheap and plays next-gen games as well. That's true. I might get them in a Series S at some point. Maybe Christmas. It's coming right around the corner, right? That is a good point. Actually, truth be told, the only reason I would buy them a new console is because obviously over time, their console's eventually just gonna stop working. It's in a piece of electronics. It's eventually just gonna not function as well as it used to, type of thing. And I think it's already starting to get that a little bit, but maybe I'll buy them a Series S at some point. I mean, I personally own 2 Series X's. I have one right over there, and my wife has one, because we both play lots of games. But my kids, we buy them enough stuff. They don't need top-of-the-line consoles, is all I'm saying. I spoil my kids so much. But I also have, there's like a limit to my spoilage. If the types of games they're playing can function just fine on the console they've already got, well then, that's kind of my trigger point for not getting them a new console. They do have switches, though. We have 2 switches in the house as well. Activate. Oh. My son still plays my old Xbox One from when they first came out. Yeah, as long as it works fine. They're pretty happy with it. They don't know any different. Like, my kids don't know any different about what, you know, whatever. I mean, I can hear the boys in there right now. They're actually just in the other room playing, I think they were playing like a Lego game or something on there. I don't know. Something like that. One thing my kids have not gotten into, which is kind of disappointing to me, but they haven't got into PC games yet. I'm a little disappointed by that, because obviously that's where I spend most of my time is playing PC games. just like the AI was definitely not an option, right? Okay, no. I was just making sure. Like the AI is... Yeah, okay, definitely not an option. Okay. I was like, what if I hadn't even tried that because I didn't realize it was an option this whole time? I just want to do a check on these guys. You're good. You're not in the way. All right, you're almost done. Okay. I do like my Series X though. No, Series X is a good console. I mean, so is the PS5. I'm not... Truth be told, I don't have any opinions one way or the other over Xbox versus PlayStation. The only reason I have Xbox over PlayStation is because of Game Pass. And the Game Pass means I can play games on my PC, right? So, since I can buy the same Game Pass and do for both console and PC, that's the reason why I have Xbox over PS4. Or PS5, I mean. Other than that, I'm not in one camp or the other. I think they're both, you know, very, very quality consoles. I mean, the only other reason to pick a PS4 or PS5, I keep saying PS4. The only reason to pick a PlayStation, in my opinion, is for an exclusive, right? If there was an exclusive that was only on PlayStation that I absolutely wanted to play, oh yeah, that's why I'd buy a PlayStation. But I don't tend to play a lot of the exclusive these days. This is so easy. I love the steering assist working with the baling. This is so perfect. Battle, you cannot make the AI do baling. I've tried, no dice. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't work, but honestly, I didn't think this was going to work. So it was worth checking. Broyar, be glad you like your kids like cheap consoles. PC can get expensive quickly, plus you got to worry about your kids installing viruses. Yeah, but I actually have PCs, spare PCs. Because anytime I upgrade my computer, I just have the spare, like the old computer sitting around doing nothing. So if they ever did get into PC, I have like one, you know, it's a few years old, like 4 or 5 years old, but I could definitely let them use that one. But yeah, the viruses, I mean, my kids would be smart enough to, well, I think they would be, of not installing anything without my permission. Soon, next month, December, Christmas morning, PlayStation 5. Yeah, there you go. Maybe. Actually, for my daughters want some drawing tablets. They're really into art and kind of doing the animation stuff like that. So I want to get them some like tablets like that they can draw on and do some artwork and stuff like that on. At least I hope so, maybe. Hopefully they're not watching my stream. They don't watch my stream. It's okay. Unless you want to play anything by Bethesda. And I haven't played anything by Bethesda in a very long time. A long time since I played Bethesda. PlayStation is great for single player games, but Xbox is great for multiplayer, especially with Game Pass. Then all your friends have the same Game Pass as you. That makes sense. Doing the GPS like this with the square baler is golden. Oh, absolutely. I might have to invest a little bit more money to get a square baler as soon as possible because this is amazing. I love this. All right, let's we finished that contract. Actually had a lot of fun with that contract. That was a good one. We will definitely do the other baling contract, I suppose, because we're still waiting on the other guy to finish harvesting. So we'll collect that money. It's really not worth it. It's not a lot of money, to be fair. Man, I wish I could use this again, but we've already finished it, so it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, I have to go back to this other menu. So we can do this other, but it's not worth a lot of money. But again, we're not doing those right this second, so it doesn't take that long. What else could we do that's worth a lot? There's another harvesting. That one's oats. Now that one we could be doing along with the other harvesting contract, but it depends on where it drops off. I think it drops off the exact same place. So we'll have to, that might ruin it for us. We might not actually be able to finish this one, come to think of it, because it drops off at the same place as the other one. Actually, what you can do is usually, now this usually works, not always. Usually you can harvest both fields before you turn in, and that usually is a way to get around the fact that they drop off at the same place. Not 100% working, but occasionally does. So we might take that one in a bit. There's a mowing one. Not worth a lot, though. The lease cost is... Honestly, the lease cost is feel... Lease cost... Goodness, I can't talk. They feel a little bit too much. $640. That's a third of this contract right here. I mean, it's not a very hard contract to do, but it is a third of the contract just to lease. And when you compare that to like the harvesting ones down here, right? What was this $7,000 contract right here? I mean, the lease cost is, I mean, it's still a lot, but it's less than a third. What folks can do with the modern drawing tablets is just, oh, absolutely. The modern drawing tablets are so cool. Both from the professional sense, interior design firms and such, and the fun, innovative Discord emotes. I'm sorry. Yeah, 100%. My daughters, they're really good, actually. My daughter drew a picture of our dog recently, and it looks literally like a photograph. And she's, what, 14? That's my other daughter. So, very skilled at her age. I'm impressed. And that's not just a dad saying, like, I get it. All parents think their kids' scribbles are the most beautiful thing in the world. My kids are legitimately, like, talented, which is awesome to see. Broyar Studers. Broyar is a programmer, kids as an artist. You know, I can't say I haven't thought about that one, Shiny Mootank. I did consider that. Like, I need an artist for my video games that I'm gonna make. I'll tap my daughters to help me out with that, and they probably would. Honestly, we'll see. Maybe you guys will see some video games coming from me at some point. It has been so long since I've gotten into video game design, though. I've seen some lease costs that are more than the contract. What? How is that? How does that work? Wait, were some of these that way? They're almost. Look at this one. $640 a lease, $690 contract. And you have to buy the fertilizer. So that one you would actually lose money on. Oh, that's actually really, they need to fix that. There needs to be some balance there. That's really dumb. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Let's go check on this guy. Oh, you're actually done. Good job. That's really bad. Give me a shout out, please. No, Connor, I refuse to give you a shout out. Nobody say anything to Connor about Connor. Nobody's gonna shout out Connor at all. No shout outs for Connor. You see what I did there? It was a joke, sorry. Oh, goodness. I'm a dad, okay? I have stupid jokes. Required by law. Are you about to be full? No, you got plenty of space. Are you going to the same place, my friend? This is the canola. It is going to the same place. All right. Well, let's get you headed over there. Let me get you out of the way of the harvester. This is a very full load. And let's go here and go. Yeah. I mean, I wish you could select this. Can you? And I'm just not doing it wrong. Like you can't, right? You still have to like literally. I have to go to deliver, and I can't select this on the delivery. And again, unless I'm just dumb, I mean, it's always possible. I have to literally tab through this. That's a little unfortunate. I think they should fix that. It's not the hardest thing. Obviously, it's really easy to select it, so it's not a game-breaking thing, but I feel like I should be able to select this and make it easier. Okay. You're going to head that way. You can go. That's not what I wanted. Wrong button. I want to fold you, is what I want to do. There we go. Let's go drop off your harvest or your header. Have I played any of the maps yet? Yes, I've played the Asian map. Technically, I've played all the maps, I guess, because obviously on FS22 we had Sri Lanka. I have not played Sri Lanka on FS25, however. So, but yeah, I played the Asian map on my Let's Play. So if you want more content after the live stream, I have a Let's Play already. It's got 3 episodes up. 4, something like that. I think the 4th one goes up tomorrow. So yeah, we've already got a couple episodes up for that. Alright, do we want to pick up that other contract? I mean, they are pretty valuable. These harvesting contracts are probably the most valuable thing to do, to be honest. So I do feel like maybe it's worth doing this one. But again, it's oats, so I have to kind of be a little careful. We'll see. Field 25. Oh, I can't do this until I turn the other one in, though. But I can drive that way. So, how are we going to get to 25? It's up here, right? Yeah, it's basically back up the way we came. Yeah, it's actually right behind 26. So, yeah, we know that is. kind of like how some contracts make negative money. It's kind of realistic. You got to think that the job is profitable before accepting it. I'm guessing on easy mode, all contracts. Well, no, on easy mode just changes how much the crop sells for. But I don't think that would affect the value of the contract itself, because the contract is like a flat value, right? I don't think it would change. I could be wrong though. Did I just go up the wrong way? Maybe I did. I think I did. I'm gonna go through this farm. It's okay. I got distracted. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. More power. Oh, so close. I want to get stuck here, aren't I? There we go. Oh, thought I got it past the thing. It wouldn't be a farming simulator run if I didn't get stuck on something. What am I getting stuck on? The fence back there, I guess? No, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna make this much easier on myself. Let's come over here. Let's come over here. Let's get here. And let's reset you. Okay. No sense making it hard on myself. Oh, you made it! Good job. I'm proud of you, buddy. You're a better driver than I am. Just destroying all the fences in this guy farm. I mean, I was trying to. I mean, you know how much I dislike signs. I would say fences are a very close second. I love how you're stuck on a 0.5 inch. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've gotten stuck on the silliest little things before. It's pretty common. Fences are just multiple signs connected together. Well said, sir. Well said. I accidentally drove off the ferry. Did you have to reset the vehicle, or does it reset automatically? I'm assuming, like, I don't remember what happens when you drive in the water. You had to reset it? Yeah, okay. Casket. Does I say gasket or gasket? Oh, it's gasket with a G. Gasket. Gasket. Like the gas station in FS25 was like a play, right? It was like a, I forget what it was called, but it was like a play on like Phillips 66 or something like that, right? It was like a name with a number, so it was kind of a play off of a real life gas station. What is gasket trying to play off of? Gasket. I don't know what, I'm trying to think of what that would be. Maybe it's just completely random. I don't think it's shell. Shell wouldn't make sense. I don't think. What else could it be? I don't know. Like I said, it may just be completely random and I'm making something out of nothing. Do we go straight here? Yes, we'll go straight here. Upgrading my graphics card from a 1050 Ti to a 4060 Ti this week. Yes, that is a big difference. That is a ginormous difference. I'm impressed that you've made it this far with a 1050. That's awesome, actually. Oh, you're right, Kiefer. We have some very strange named gas stations here in the state of Colorado. I'm sure it's elsewhere. That's the first place I saw those, is here in Colorado. Yeah. I'm not even going to say the name, because it's, even though I know it's completely innocent, and we're the ones, the dumb people that are making something out of it, we all have 5th grade minds, and so we all know. I can't say it out loud. I'm sorry. We're all 5th graders. We really are. All right. Go. Wait, not found. Oh, I haven't picked the contract up yet. I got here a little ahead of time. All right, we're done with the other contract. We've turned that in and accept the one that we're actually standing at now. Okay. Completed. Collect. And then come to me, little harvesting contract, and we'll accept you, not borrow. Although if we borrowed, we could get it done faster, but we don't need to. Accept contract. And then now you can start. Button. There we go. I'm live streaming FS25 until I reach 20,000 subs. I hope you reach 20,000 subs. If you reach 20,000 subs, you would have more than me. I do not have 20,000 subs. I have 14,400 on YouTube, I guess. If you say it out loud, YouTube will demonetize you. You're correct. Even if it's completely innocent, which it technically sort of is, even YouTube knows enough to know, is it really innocent? All right, let's get you driven over to the other thing. All right, we're going to bring you over to the field. Actually, let's do it this way. That. Go to. Probably just line up right here on the edge. I don't think I had execute because yeah, I didn't hit execute. If you do it one way, you have to hit execute. If you do it the other way, you don't. And for some reason right now, I think it's because I just finished a delivery contract, so it's a little confused right now, but that's okay. Now we hit execute. There we go. Anything else we need to do right now? Oh, I guess I should probably return our equipment here because I'll forget about it if I don't. Is it in this menu? I don't know where the leased equipment is now. Is it over here? Yes. So I can return you from here. Okay. We don't need you for anything else, correct? I don't think so. Okay. Alrighty. Any other contracts we want to grab while we're waiting on this other stuff? There's a couple more baling ones again, both of which do take square bales, which is nice. Problem is we can't take them both until we get that other thing done. Could just grab like a cultivating contract or something. Cut down all dead trees. It's not worth, I mean, none of these are really worth at all. If we had our own equipment, they'd be slightly worth it, but they're just really bad contracts, honestly. Mowing, that's definitely not worth it. Plowing, probably not worth it. Rock removal was easy, other than the fact that it took us, like, we don't have a flatbed to move the equipment over. If we had a flatbed to move the equipment over, this would actually be a really good contract to knock out real quick. But it takes so long to drive the thing over there, it's not really worth it. Explain that one to me. And I'm assuming it's because of the quantity of equipment as opposed to the quality. Because this one, the lease cost is $959 for obviously the cheapest sprayer you could possibly get. Versus a literally standalone sprayer, it's only $320. That's kind of funny, actually. That one might be worth doing and then just use that sprayer for this as well. Yeah. It's kind of a fail, isn't it? But for $320, that actually probably is a very good contract to knock out. Yeah, we have to pay for the spray, the herbicide, but it's not that bad. And usually you get reimbursed for the herbicide at the end, and usually the reimbursement is, well, at least in FS22, a little bit of a hack. The reimbursement was a lot of times more than what you paid for it to begin with, so you can make a little extra money on the side. Just FYI. I don't know if it still works at FS25 though. I feel like this is worth doing though. Especially if we can do like part of that one, and then when we finish up that harvesting contract, circle back and knock this one out real quick and then go finish that other one up. That might be worth it. Problem is I don't know how much spray to get, but we'll probably just, like I said, if the reimbursement is fine, I keep hitting the wrong button, sorry. If the reimbursement is fine, then we might just grab as much as that thing will hold and then turn it in, you know. How much does that thing hold? Just, I forgot to look. Where's the sprayers? There we go. It holds 6,600 liters, so maybe 6,000 liters of liquid fertilizer. So 3 of these. Not fertilizer, herbicide, sorry. So 3 of these. No difference between these two. There is no difference between those two. Yep, we'll grab 3 of these. I think you were set to skip rows, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Honestly, it's not going to take that long to do this other field. We might finish the field before we even pick that other contract up. Which if we do, it's fine. Would it be worth it to buy the 22K square bale just for square contracts, or is it a waste of money? Alright, well, let's take a look at that for a second. How many contracts would we have to finish? Again, not used to the menu. It was right there, wasn't it? There it is. How many contracts do we have to do to pay this off? 22,000. And most of the contracts we've seen are about $2,000. So we need 11 contracts to pay this off, right? Minus, you know, the time investment it takes to do it, which obviously you have to put some cost on your own personal time even. I mean, eventually it'd be worth it. Actually, there's one for $3,300. Maybe less than 10 or 11. Maybe you could do it in another like 9 or 10. I mean, it's still a decent number of contracts. Eventually it would pay for itself, and then everything after that's profit. It's possible it's worth it. I don't know. Hard to say. The contract doesn't care what size the square bale is, and you don't have to pick them up. Hey, our friend will hate you for all the small bales. Actually, they might enjoy them. Who knows? Maybe they prefer the small bales. Alright. We're going to field what? Spraying. We're going to field 76. Looks like far bottom right-hand corners. Will you be able to get there yourself, my friend? I wish you could, like, select the contract and just have the vehicle drive to the contract from looking at this screen, right? That would be kind of cool. Drive to this contract. You know? That'd be kind of a nice little addition. This thing might not be able to drive over there either, though. Sometimes these big vehicles just are not good about navigating. We'll see if you can get there, though. Oh, come over here or something. He's going to go for it. He's going to oh, come on. It's the same wall you got stuck on before. I should know better by now. Sir, I finished your large field. Enjoy the 100 plus bales. Yeah, that's true. I found the hoe attachment to be the best implement for starting contracts. That you do weeding and hoeing and using the starting cart. Oh, that's actually really smart. Yeah, because it will do both. That is a very good idea. And just in case I get demonetized for saying the name of that implement, I guess from now on I should just say the ho ho ho. I think it's still, I think I can say that because it's Christmas. I just can't say it once. You do it 3 times, you can't do it 1 time. We need a mod just to destroy that wall. Yes. There you go. I mean, maybe if I hit it enough times with the tractor, it'll eventually fall down. Who knows? Why does the school bus have white lights as brake lights? You got me to say ho. Yes, because it's a farming game. I think I can allow to, I mean, ho ho ho. I think I'm allowed to say that. If I get demonetized for saying ho ho ho, then I'm gonna accuse YouTube of not having the Christmas spirit. It's interesting that there's a field right here that obviously stretches out. I'm pointing, don't know why. Pretty far that distance, right? But that road right there, you couldn't go any further up that road. Like it's like the map cuts the road off long before it actually cuts the map off. It's kind of an interesting observation. Oh, this is the wagon area. Yeah, I saw this before. You can build this little wagon here. Or this might not be the one you can build a wagon. There is one on here somewhere where you can build a little wagon, though. It's actually kind of a cool building. Huh. Got lots of verticality to it. Or is this the wagon? Yeah, okay, this is the side on the wagon. Okay. I was just looking at the wrong side. Okay. Very cool. It's actually a really cool building. Oh, you ready for me? I'm coming, I'm coming. Be patient. And it looks like you're already there. That was a weird... Like, why would you have it running while you're turning around there? That was a weird... New chat game, make Broyar say things that could be offensive to YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be offensive to YouTube. Some of them, not necessarily, you know, inappropriate words, more inappropriate topics. We'll definitely stay away from those. Connor says he wants a shout out. Connor wants a shout out. I'm not shouting out Connor, guys. There's no... You will not hear me say Connor's name. Second time this stream, really close to a collectible. Are there collectibles on these maps? I hadn't even noticed, generally. Are there actually collectibles? I mean, I don't know why they would have collectibles in FS25 and then just get rid of them here, but I truthfully had not actually looked for them. I mean, if there are collectibles, I would imagine... I would expect one over here somewhere. Honestly, the collectibles on the Riverbend map are stupendously hard to spot. Okay, so there are some. They're just really hard to spot. Well, good to know. I would expect one over in this direction somewhere. But again, I don't even know what they look like. I don't really care that much about the collectibles, other than I wouldn't mind seeing one of them. Wait a minute. Okay, I thought that was a collectible thing over there. Sometimes they have them on top of these buildings and things. You can climb up. That one can't go that far on this one, though. Can we jump across? Maybe? Oh, almost. Probably I can get there if I do it right. Time it right. There we go. I would expect one up here, but there might not be one. I like the water sounds. That sounds cool, though. Kind of peaceful. Anyway, I'm not gonna go around looking for them all over the place. Just curious, more than anything. They're pieces for the museum. Alright, we're almost done with this field. You're doing your thing. I still love the fact that the AI is smart enough to do these awkwardly shaped fields. I mean, he might be doing it very slowly and wasting a lot of herbicide in the process, but he's still smart enough to do it, which is really cool. Dino. I don't think we've had this sprayer before, have we? This is like a different one than we... I mean, I didn't use the self-propelled sprayers in 22, so I actually don't remember which ones I had. Oh, see this? He will get it eventually, but he is just spinning around in circles right now, which is a little funny. Wasting a little bit of herbicide. Not perfect still. It's better, just not great. That's true. It is still AI. It's better. It's still AI, though. That's correct. I mean, you know from all the movies, right, where, you know, Terminator and any other movie like that, where AI is going to take over the world, right? People are afraid that AI is going to take over the world. The problem with that theory, though, is that how can the AI take over the world if it's too busy running into the wall? You know what I mean? You know, as smart as AI is going to be, there's still going to be those those moments where it's just stuck running into a wall. I'm just saying, virtually or in real life with a robot. Let's get you over to the other field. We'll harvest the other field before we turn anything in, since they go to the same place. Who left the trailer way over there? That's kind of awkward. Oh, it's not smart enough to fix. Oh, there he goes. I thought it was gonna fix that. I was like, uh-oh, I found it. I found a way to break it. Come on, I'm trying to push you straight again. There we go. Excuse me, truck. Sorry. Where are we going? We are going to 38. So if we can just hit this road back here on the back, then we can take that out of the way to 38. All right. Now we won't be doing contracts forever, but with your normal start from scratch game with you know, the level of restrictions we've put on this, you kind of have to do contracts to begin with. You just don't get much value for your own tiny little field right away. But as soon as we're able to, we will stop doing contracts, because don't get me wrong, contracts are fine. They just get old after a while. Looks like we finished the spraying. Yes, we did. Good. So we didn't get to do the other spraying contract, but honestly, it wasn't worth much, so I'm not that worried about it. I am curious to see if we do get reimbursed for the leftover herbicide that's in there. So I'll have to go see how much herbicide we have left, and then we'll do the math and see if it was worth it or not. Actually a pretty large field over here. It's a nice field. Very, very regular shaped. Very large. Actually, it's a really good field. Excuse me. I'm here first. Don't be rude. I was here first. On my way. Did I scratch your paint? Oh, I'm so sorry. Alright. Go to town. You're done, so we can turn you in. We've got 3,438. 3438. Why are you not going down the contract? That was weird. I guess it was already selected. Let me write that down for a second before I forget. Oh, let me just do my calculator then. Collect. We got $3,919 extra. How does that compare to how much we were expecting from this? I missed it. Oh, it's probably down here too. So we got reimbursed as if we had 3,265 liters, and we had 3,438. So it looks like we did get a little bit of a penalty, but it's honestly such a small amount. I don't think it really matters. But in the future, we might try to get it closer to what we expect to need for the field, as opposed to going over by that much. It's also possible I just did the math wrong. Who knows? What are you going to do with all the money you got from the contracts? Well, I mean, we're gonna work on buy some more stuff for our field. Obviously, we still got to get the baler. We got to get the mower, probably a windrower, because I don't think we're gonna afford a mower that has a windrower, things like that. So we got a lot of stuff to buy still. Really want the quality of life mod that lets you stack up more than 3 contracts at a time. I agree. It would be nice to have more contracts. For a from scratch start, it really makes a difference. 100%. I would agree. I do like the variety of tracks we have now: box trucks, cement trucks, SUVs, school buses. Yes, the traffic is very much more variety, and it definitely adds more life to the game. Reimbursement 0? No, I got reimbursed. Was that the week contract? That was the week contract. Hoeing is the way to go. Yes. Aha! You try to get me there. Can I do another live tomorrow night? I will not be doing another live tomorrow night, no. My next live stream will be Saturday, but that will be Civilization 6. Next time I stream this game will be basically once a week, next Tuesday. Oh, you got me to say weed. Man. Didn't catch that one. The quality of life mod I'm waiting for is auto load. Yes. Yes, 100,000 bazillion %. I'm not here to play Stack Simulator. I'm sorry. I'm just not. That is not why I play this game. I still think it should be base game. Something you turn on and off. I'm okay with the idea that it's a toggle option. But if I could turn off plowing, which is not that hard to do, I should be able to turn on auto load, which is, in my opinion, a pretty significant challenge there, because it's just... Wait, it's another creepy guy watching us. He's watching us. So creepy. Looks like there'd be a collectible over here somewhere. But again, I don't even know what the collectibles look like. I mean, you guys don't have to tell me, because I can be surprised when I find it someday. It feels like this would be a place for a collectible. It's actually kind of a cute little tractor somebody's put together there. I like that. I mean, I'm in here rummaging around their shed out here, trying to steal something from them. That feels really bad. What are you doing out there? Nothing? There's a lot of these signs around. I almost thought they were collectibles for a second there, because I saw a few of those out there elsewhere. Alright, technically we can take another contract while I'm sitting here being silly. Can we go up to that lookout tower? Where's the map? That would be... maybe? I doubt it. There's no way. I don't think. I think it's way up here. Yeah, I think that's out of the way. It's cool though. Oh, let me get you out of the way. I have a feeling this guy's going to have some troubles turning around right here. I'll look at contracts again. Just make sure there's nothing else that jumps out of us that would be very nice to do. I mean, there's a bunch of baling ones all of a sudden, although there's only 2 square at the moment. Cultivating contract might not be bad. I don't think that would take that long to do. It's worth a good chunk of money. There's a couple hoeings. I mean, individually, not worth it. But if you borrowed from one and did the other 2, you'd still make 4,000 bucks. So not terrible in that context, but they're actually not close together. Oh no, I'm sorry, they are. They are actually very close together. But it's the same argument as before. We can only have 3. We've already got 2 active right now, so picking up for more than 1 would not be actually that convenient. We could also do the weeding one as a result of that, based on what you just said. But again, I can't take them all, so it doesn't really help us. So close to a collectible. Was it really collectible over there? I thought there might be, but I didn't like immediately see it. Again, you don't have to tell me what it is, but I'm gonna... Like, what would it be? Like, in the other game, there were little tractors and a harvester, you know, whatever. What would it be in this version of the game? Are you just trolling me? That would be a really good troll, actually. I would never find it if you were trolling me. What do I think looks like a collectible? I mean, this little thing sticking out of the ground looks a little strange, but I doubt that's a collectible. It feels like there could be one in here. I don't know why I'm looking at all this. I don't know why I'm spending time doing this. It's not that important. I just want to find one just so I know what they look like. I'm not looking at chat just in case you're telling me what it is. Because I want to find it myself, but I genuinely don't know what it looks like. This thing right here feels like it should be, in my opinion. But it's because I feel like there's a bunch of those around. I can go around collecting those, but it's not very hidden, right? Not very, you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, that guy's got some giant brakes on that thing. Got some Brembos on that little lizard. Whatchamacallit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is where you... Maybe you were talking about where I was somewhere else. You don't have the F1 menu up. You really can never tell. Oh, I do have the F1 menu up. It's just behind my camera. I figured that's a safe place to put the camera because it's not that... You know, you guys don't need to see the menu and stuff. I'll look for it some more later. I'm not going to spend all day looking at here, but I am curious now. It's going to be something silly. Hello, cement truck. All right, how you guys doing over here? Oh, you're ready. Sorry. Coming. My bad. I was doing something extremely important. Watch Kai for sending me on a wild goose hunt. Probably true. It would not... For a guy that wants me to keep saying goofy things live on stream to get me demonetized. I don't think he wants to get me demonetized, but it's still funny. I would not put it past him to be trying to troll me a little bit. I'm going to be eating some wings here in about 20 minutes. That's what my daughter wanted for her birthday dinner, is some wings from Wingstop. So I'm looking forward to that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. I'm a bad driver, okay? There's a reason why I let the AI do everything. I can't drive in a straight line. Excuse me. I'm trying to turn here. Excuse me. Stop trying to turn at the same time I'm trying to turn. Let me turn first. Wow. He was very persistent, wasn't he? Is he gonna be able to fix his line, or did I mess him up? Usually they're smart enough to fix it, but I'm actually kind of curious now. Oh no, he is going to fix it, but he did get a little confused there for a second. I thought he was about to go diagonal because I put him off course. Alright. Tell her happy birthday from us. I appreciate that. Thank you. Next week, happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving Day. Yep. It is going to be good. I'm very thankful for lots of things in my life right now. Hopefully you guys have plenty of things to be thankful for as well. Hopefully your Thanksgiving dinners are, if you are in America, of course, or Canada. Although I think Canada Thanksgiving was a few weeks ago, right? I don't remember. Apologies from all my Canadian friends. But anyway, hopefully you have lots of things to be thankful for, and hopefully no family drama for holiday dinners, either Christmas or Thanksgiving. That was not intentional with the ho-ho-ho stuff. It's just useful for the game when getting... Yes, I appreciate... No, I knew you weren't being intentional, but I do appreciate the advice. That actually makes logical sense to be able to use that for both weeders and the bigger weeds and the smaller weeds. That's actually a really smart move. I mean, it would make sense if it was in the same category. Obviously, you would just be automatically thinking, okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're both weeders. But since they actually do have them split up into two different separate categories here, it wouldn't be immediately obvious that you could do that for both. So that's a really good advice. Thank you. I guess I could have held onto my weeder that I had for my personal field and used that to do some weeding. I didn't think about that before I turned it back in. Oh well. It's an election there. Will be drama. Yes. And I would be happy if you guys just leave it at that. As far as, let's not say anything about one side or the other. Let's just all agree that there will be drama. That's all we need to say. No matter what, there will always be drama. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what country you're from. I saw what Germany's going through some stuff right now, right? In their government, the day after our election in America, I think their government basically didn't really dissolve because it's still there. But like, they're having to do a new election here in, I think, February to elect a new ruling parties. But their system is different from ours in America, like really different. I was watching a video about it because I was kind of fascinated. But yeah, everybody around the world is going to have drama at one point or another based on different elections and things. I'm kind of just chilling here because we've only got 15 minutes left of the stream, and I'll be honest, I'm just like, you know what, I don't know if I want to start anything right now because I don't want to get into something. I'll just let this guy finish up here. There's got to be something I can do though, right? What could we do while we're waiting for him? See, these spring, look at this one. There's one of the negative ones. Lease cost $9.59, contract payout $8.32. Oh, it's good. Well played, Giants. Well played. That wood transport is worth a lot of money, but I was having a lot of trouble picking it up the last time we tried this one. But it is such a good one. I mean, go pick up 19 trees and deliver them. $10,000. It is a really good contract. I'll be honest, it really is. I just don't have the patience for it. Deadwood. If it was worth more, that would be an interesting one to do, because I assume that you only have to cut them down, right? You don't have to... Oh, but you can sell them. You don't have to, but you can sell them afterwards and get more money, which is cool. That's good to know. We got the cultivating one here. Cultivating would be an easy one to knock out, actually. Let's grab that one. That's a good standalone one. Think of a story for the FS25 series. Now, I need to come up with one for sure. I don't really have one yet. I'm leaning towards doing something with sheep and goats just because the goats are new and I haven't done sheep in a very long time. And so that would be kind of cool, like change of pace. So I might do something with that, but I don't know what the story would be around that. What I'm looking for. Okay, where are we going with this? This is 51, which is up there. So go down this road and take a left. Okay. I'm go ready. Happy Thanksgiving Day. Out food. Get Golden Corral Buffet and Grill in Flowood, Mississippi on day November. Okay. I think I read everything right. Yeah. I used to go to Golden Corral a lot. Actually, I used to eat there all the time. I haven't been there in a while though. Actually, the last time I went to Golden Corral, I ended up in the hospital. Okay, that's not, don't read into that. It's not entirely true. I mean, it's true, but it's not true. The last time I went to Golden Corral, that evening, I did go to the hospital and was in the hospital for a week. Yeah, okay, I was in the hospital because of appendicitis and I had to have my appendix removed. So maybe it wasn't the Golden Corral, but I felt really bad after eating the Golden Corral. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to break that connection in my brain because of how sick I actually felt and how much pain I was in. And it's like, what is it, the whole correlation versus causation? There's a correlation there, but it's not caused. And so I haven't been to Golden Corral since. I mean, I don't want to get appendicitis again, right? Can you do that after you've got your appendix removed? How did that get back in there? Just kidding. I'll time it. What'd you say? Oh, yes. You know what? Part of me is actually a little surprised. Maybe there are. I just haven't seen them. I'm a little surprised that there are not more obvious mods for more questionable crops. I'm assuming they exist. I just don't look at those particular websites that probably have some of those more questionable crops. But I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest. And that's all I'll say about that. I mean, to be fair, we are living in a world where weed is becoming a more acceptable thing in the world we live in, right? In other words, it's obviously becoming more legal in more states, just about every election. Although I do think, I think I saw Florida just denied making it legal, I believe is what I saw. But I also personally live in a state where it is legal. Now, that being said, it is still only legal on the state level, not the federal level. So take that for what you will. But it's getting to the point where that's becoming more of a mainstream type of thing. Oh, you're going to start in the middle. That's fine. I am a little surprised from a giant standpoint, and maybe it's because of the rating. I'm assuming it would jump it from an E rating to a teen rating. But why couldn't you turn barley into beer? Like, that's pretty normal everywhere, right? Like, that's worldwide. Beer is kind of an acceptable product to have around the world. A lot of the train games that we've played, Railroad Empire and some of the other ones, they have beer as a product, right? So, a little surprised that beer is not something we can develop as a product in the game. I mean, it's not like you're consuming it, so why would it just existing bump the rating up? I don't know. But I also don't know how the ratings work, to be honest. Florida's still a medical state? I actually didn't know that. Oh, see you later, Samuel. Thank you for joining. Non-alcoholic beer in FS? I mean, yeah, but you would have to specify that's non-alcoholic, which, I mean, everybody sees beer, they're just going to assume it's alcoholic, right? I've actually never had a non-alcoholic beer. Truth be told, I don't like beer anyway, personally. I just don't. Never had a taste for it. I've tried it, obviously, because why not, but never got a taste for it. So I don't know if I even like non-alcoholic beer, to be honest. I know that, what's his name? Spider-Man kid. Totally forget his name. I know that he's got a new brand of non-alcoholic beer out now. Kind of interesting. Kind of cool. I mean, he's got a good story of why he has it too, which I, you know, really, really nice to hear about. Tom Holland, thank you, yeah. I'm not a big alcohol person in general, to be perfectly honest. Just not my cup of tea. Which is ironic because about the only alcohol I do enjoy is a Long Island iced tea, so I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, I just don't drink alcohol that much at all. I drink too much. I like soda. Like, I drink too much soda. I already know that. I'm unhealthy with my soda intakes. Although I do try to limit myself. Like, I try to be very conservative with how much soda I drink, and the rest of the time I try to just drink water. So I try to be healthy, but I'm not a coffee drinker, so I have to get caffeine from somewhere. I live in the United States. We live off caffeine. Where am I going? Oh, we're actually right here. I'm blabbing away and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Barley and wine would be a fun product. I think it would be. I think wine and beer, all those are, I don't know. I think those are pretty normal things. I don't think there's anything. I know sometimes they get a negative stereotype, and maybe for justifiable reasons, but I think in general, most people around the world, especially, you know, around the places where this game is made, right? I mean, in Europe, beer and wine are very common. Is this the right drop-off spot? I think it is. Which contract is going to finish first? Okay, it's going to finish the 38 contract first. Okay, so we'll hold off on delivering this until we finish harvesting some more. That way we don't lose... Oh no, wait a minute. We should still be fine, because this is the contract this is designed for. So even if we drop off the rest, we should still be okay to finish harvesting, right? I think so. I still might wait, because it doesn't hurt to wait a little bit. Hops would be super cool to have as basic crop. Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, personally. I'm not a beer person either. I prefer my mixed drinks to hard alcohol. I also don't drink coffee, energy drinks, and rarely a soda. Yeah. Lots of water, occasionally whiskey. You know, why not? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as it's... I mean, anything is unhealthy when not done in a conservative manner, right? So, I think if you're smart about things, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But that's just my personal opinion. I can also understand people that swear off alcohol of all kinds. I would never put any pressure on them to change that opinion. Same thing as with, what is it, Mormons that don't drink caffeine or something like that. I would never guilt somebody of that, you know, like that, into drinking something that they think is wrong. I mean, there's nothing. I think people are allowed to have their beliefs, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as their beliefs are not harmful to somebody else. That's how I feel. All things in moderation, 100%. You transport 100%, it won't let you harvest the rest. Okay. Thank you for. I thought that's the case, but we might have to drop off like half of that trailer, and then come back and get the rest from this harvester here in a second. Or maybe like 15,000 liters off that trailer. Actually, that might work. So if we drop off about 15,000 liters, I think we've already done about 5. Let's do another 10 here. I think that'll be enough. Let's go pick up some more from that harvester, and I think that'll get us where we need to be. I actually tried to quit caffeine once. Caffeine withdrawal is hard to deal with. I mean, I'm sure withdrawal from any substance is hard. But caffeine was definitely a challenge for me. And I don't even take that. I don't, like I said, I don't drink that much stuff with caffeine in it. Just a little bit to get me woken up in the morning so I can do my job. Because I'm not a morning person. But other than that, I don't really drink it very often. I try not to drink it past a certain time of the night, because otherwise I won't be able to go to sleep very well. Sugar, trying to quit sugar is also pretty challenging. Although I've heard, if you can quit sugar, the long-term benefits are supposed to be really good for you. Because you'll have natural energy as opposed to sugar-based energy. But it's hard to get over that first hump, you know what I mean? I'm driving here. Alright, we can wait for you to finish before we drop this off. Ours, oh, I'm sorry, Smokeless Joe, I didn't see your comment. Ours here in Canada was back in October. Thanksgiving in Canada, October 14th? Okay. Is it always the 14th, or is it like a certain day of the month like we have? Like ours is what, the last Thursday of November or something like that? So it's a different date every year? Anytime I have sugars like hard candy or something, I always crash later. Yeah, that's true. Sugar is... I enjoy sugar in the moment, but yeah, there's always that crash. By the way, something I want to bring up. I haven't tried it out yet, so I can't necessarily recommend it, but I thought it was really cool when I saw it. Apparently, there is an app that you can get for iPhone and Android, like specifically probably for tablets, although I'm assuming it would work on a cell phone, where you can actually control your tractor in-game with the app. And I forget what it's called. I apologize. Again, I might do some research on it and actually talk about it at some point if I decide to get it. But it's like, I saw somebody like Farmer Cop or one of those YouTubers talking about it a couple days ago. And that might be a really good way to combine the steering wheel with it. Because my biggest complaint about the steering wheel is not the driving. The driving is amazing. My problem with the steering wheel is that the controls are just a little bit awkward to deal with compared to like the controller itself. But if I had like that app on like a tablet next to me where I can raise and lower stuff and turn equipment on and off and things like that, and combined with the steering wheel, I could see that being a really nice combination. So, I might try that out at some point. We'll see. But, okay, you're done. That means we can drop you off. I think both contracts came here, right? Yeah. Oh, we actually finished both contracts, and we have stuff left in the harvester. Okay, well, we're going to get a little bit of money off of this. Nice. We'll get that out of the harvester before we turn those in, of course. And we'll actually call the stream as soon as I drop this off. Armstrong guy, that might have been who did it. Yeah. I apologize for misnaming the person. There's so many, honestly, quite high quality farming simulator creators out there. There really are a lot of them. What is that? Wait a minute, was that there before and I just never noticed it? Where it tells us how much we've put into the thing next to us? How did I not notice that before? It says Cramp Ram Body AS 7050 Plus, so that's the trailer. It has 2,814 liters of oats in it. I did not notice that. Or was it just not there before because it was a contract? Okay, I don't know. I'll have to look for that again in the future. That was weird. Sim dashboard. Yeah, thank you, Kiefer. Certain day of the month, different actual date each year. Okay, that makes sense. There have been years when it was October 7th. Wow, that's actually way earlier. Which is also my mom's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your mom. Always been there, new for FS25. Okay, always been there, new for FS25. I just missed it earlier. That's cool. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you, Smokeless Joe. Just more people are talking on YouTube right now. I need to treat YouTube and Twitch equally. I apologize. You're all important. I promise. Only appears when close enough to the trailer. Okay, well that's good to know. That's helpful. It's a, it's a helpful little menu. They should have had that a long time ago. All right, let us turn these in. Collect. And collect. And we're almost done with that one. Cool. I mean, we've got a good chunk of money today. How much money did we make today alone? Finances. Come on. So we spent, where's the leasing costs? 4,000, or not leasing, wage costs. We spent 4,358 on wages and made almost 50,000 bucks. Very worth it. Very nice chunk of money. All right, well, it is 8:02. I gotta go eat some wings and tell my daughter happy birthday and all that fun stuff. So I'm definitely going to be putting a cut in this. I will be back, like I said, Saturday for some Civilization. I haven't decided which Civilization I'm going to play as yet, but we'll figure it out between today and then. Next Monday, some more Football Manager, and we'll be back at this game next Tuesday. Although if you're still aching for some more Farm Sim content, I do have the Let's Play on the Asian map up. Like I said, I think there's a fourth episode going up tomorrow, so there'll be 4 episodes as of tomorrow. So, thank you everybody for joining. I really appreciate all of the people talking and watching and everything in between. It's really, really, really nice to see the engagement. So very much thank you. And have a good evening. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any messages here. You guys have a good evening, and I will see you guys next time. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again. Thank you, and goodbye.